So short, but we'll be able to make up for it.
We'll talk fast.
Today our subject is Shattering Pseudoscience. Welcome aboard. And we have our little buddy, Nature Hacker. I know a number of you have wanted to have asked about this guy, and I thought it might be fun to give him a go.
It's a lot of babble. It's a whole lot of babble.
Oh yeah, we have a great show for you today.
There's so much if this guy was an accountant, he'd be in jail. There's so much creative math going on.
Go ahead.
And we'll see. We'll see if we'll see if we'll see it. We got one more guy to try and get to turn up, and we'll see if he's actually running around here someplace. Something about I was being silly and do a thing that I said I was going to. So we're gonna do that right now. So anyway, off to our buddy Nature Hacker.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's get you first here. We have the selenium ionic liquid stock solution mix 50 bottles. Go for it there, Art. I think you did some work on this.
Well, I just realized that he has changed this since yesterday. He has added to this, he's got a new paragraph at the bottom of this. It says, this is serious stuff and probably should not be bought by households with children unless this is put under lock and key. Just a small sip of this stock can do serious damage and probably cause toenails to fall off and other symptoms of selenium overdose. In case of overdose, take corrective measures and or get help immediately.
It means that somebody probably busted him for it.
Exactly. Someone has found him out. Considering that the concentration that he's selling this stuff at, it's only 12 drops of the solution is required to make an entire ounce bottle that contains a value of selenium 333 when the recommended is 44. In every drop, this stock solution makes a whopping 50 bottles. That's
30,000 servings of selenium.
30,000 servings of. I doubt that anyone that's taking selenium bought in this manner is going to get 30,000 servings out of what he's selling, which leads to, as he describes it, toenail loss and a number of other things, including diarrhea, headaches. The best thing about the overdose is that the effects can last as long as 90 days.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
So if you continue to take this stuff after you've had your initial overdose, if you continue to take it, all you're doing is making your symptoms last that much longer.
That's not actually funny.
It's only funny considering who's going to do it.
It's actually considerably. He's got it labeled as health remedies, and I'm not sure where he gets that idea.
No clue.
There is the thing that selenium is good for several things, but there's the thing too much of a good thing cannot be a good thing.
Well, we're going to cover his next post.
This is
when and if our little buddy Red shows up, we're gonna run down here to the fifth law of motion.
That's why you have to go to a doctor.
I want to see what Red thinks.
Yes, it's
fifth law of motion.
Given that the dose makes the poison, and you're giving people the straight up poison that a watered down solution of it is still sufficient to cause you significant harm, this is probably nothing that anyone wants to be touching.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to touch that.
No.
Selenium tincture, 300 micrograms per
Never
drop.
drop. Yeah.
300 micrograms. That's in a drop. I mean, that's enough to, if you're not paying attention, that's enough to kill. Over a long period of time, that would be more than enough to hurt you very, 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 very badly. I wonder if he's going to start. I wonder if he's going to try and sell arsenic in bottles next.
Introduction. Reading his introduction, he uses $50 of 1 ounce stock concentrate, makes 50 bottles, and then goes on to say that totals out to 30,000 servings. So I got it in my head, but how many 1 ounce
You're breaking
stock
up there.
Concentrate drops to make an entire ounce bottle? To me too.
Anyway, Zaxter is in the chat now. He says he's thirsty. He'll gulp down 3 bottles, please. And yes, Zaxter does have a. Zaxter's joking. He does have a brain in his head. Please note that this is stuff he's selling. To get this ultra potent mineral into as many hands as possible, I'm going to start selling the crown jewels.
I wonder what his markup is on this stuff.
Oh, probably quite a bit. I'm guessing his markup's got to be at least 100%, or he's not worth it.
He's been selling his own whatever he's calling stock at $8.57 an ounce.
And he's talking about 12 drops of the solution required to make an entire ounce bottle.
No, I found here that selenium may impair the effects of immunosuppressants, oral contraceptive, cholesterol-lowering agents, niacin, and copper supplements.
Uh-huh.
And it may exacerbate the effects of anticoagulants, sedatives, and herbs which impair coagulation, such as angelica cloves and ginger. Well, whatever.
Yep.
But, and there is some agents consider a chronic reference exposure level of 0.02 milligrams per cubic meter for selenium. So, yeah, what's he selling?
It says other adverse effects. Adverse effects of selenium exposure can be the impairment.
So women on oral contraceptives using this level of selenium can get pregnant.
Yep. And he's selling this stuff. He's selling this stuff at random individuals.
It's here.
Anybody that has a credit card can get this stuff.
I posted here as a reference.
I assume he also takes PayPal.
Oh, I would. Oh, what he takes is over here on the right hand side, right there.
Oh well.
Oh wow.
Oh
he takes American Express.
He's willing to hit that market.
Yep. Anyway, moving on. He also sells, of all the fun things in the universe, wait, he gives us a number so that we know that we can text, and then he'll answer your phone call. Of course, an email. And then we have his and then we get an actual physical address. So he's in Scottsdale, Arizona. Here's his disclaimer. All chemicals used in the production of these products are food grade or better purity, except the soap, fulvic, and humic acid, of which grades don't currently exist. The information presented in this site is for educational purposes only and is not intended to give authoritative health instructions, rather suggestions based on experience and interpretation of the body of scientific research. We're going to see this, in a little bit, we're going to see this is an outright lie. He's going to tell us this himself. Any decisions made based on the information contained herein is the full responsibility of the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
Zach says, looks like a hoax and a lot of concentrated baloney to him. He'll buy a couple of gallons of grape or orange juice for the $8.57. Thanks. Unfortunately, you've never heard of this before seeing this video, Zach. Unfortunately, there's a whole cottage industry of this, and there's another one we can get to later if we've got time. If we don't, we're going to attack it in the next Shattering Pseudoscience bit. I was thinking about doing science this week, but he hasn't posted anything of substance in months. Okay. This page is not endorsed by the FDA, and as such, the FDA is not responsible for the products posted here. The FDA wouldn't be responsible either. The FDA would be responsible for finding your ass for telling people this is actually that this is actually like medical information, which you just specifically denied. The FDA would be responsible for shutting your ass down, etc., etc., etc. You would be responsible for the products listed here, except that you're trying to disclaim it. I don't think that's actually going to work, especially not considering the claims you make later. And consumers, the products are intended for any and all beneficial legal uses. Consumers are responsible for determining themselves what those uses are for them, and if the product will fulfill the requirements for that use. No claims here are made about their suitability for any particular desired use. Again, that's actually not true. That said, I appreciate people contacting me, and I'm happy to tell you what I would personally do if I were in your situation. I am out here to make long-lasting relationships, not just to pitch you my products. This is bullshit. I know I will succeed only if I give you the best possible suggestions, regardless of whether or not I currently or make or sell what could benefit you. Have confidence in any product you try will work for you. Have full confidence, no less. If you are dissatisfied for any reason, please contact me. Keep the item. I will give you a full refund in store credit that you can find something that works for you, no questions asked. And if you let me know what dissatisfied you with the product and want to give me a shot to make it better, I can fix any issues with the product and send you a fixed version for free. No need to return anything. There's no time limit to this. I want you to be 100% happy with your Nature Hacker products experience. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is a whole thing for him, and I'm not sure how he thinks this is actually going to get him out of anything.
He actually blames the person who buys his products for anything that goes wrong, and it's not how it works.
Yep. Alternate payment methods. Nature Hacker currency certificates. They're not gift certificates, they're currency certificates, but you click the gift certificate box during checkout. Okay. Oh, check this out. Nature Hacker money. It's actually, he backs currency that will always be good for buying things from him. Move your money out of banks and credit cards into a tangible code that you can secure yourself and which can never be taken away from you. I don't even. If the phones work and the mailman still delivers, I will accept your codes. You people are. This guy, I don't even. He's bad currency. If you pay him, he will he will he will make sure that your money is safe.
With him.
Yep. Then you can sign up to be a monthly supporter. And here's where we get the first claim that sends the disclaimer over the side. Monthly supporters get exclusive benefits like members only. Excuse me. He didn't put any kind of punctuation in this here.
Yeah, he never does.
Zaxter says he's surprised this guy's last name isn't Romine. And for those of you who don't know, James and Robert Romine make up the development studio called Digital Homicide. They make crap games.
Go back to Digital Homicide.
And flag green light with them in the hopes that some of them will stick. Refer to the last video that was put up on the channel. I did a live stream with Mello on Monday, right before those games were due to release. They released them. They were supposed to release one this Friday and one the following Friday, the 15th and the 22nd. Guess what? They released them both yesterday within half an hour of each other. That shit was 9 times hilarious. And it was, and the bundle that we bought, that we all bought to get this guy hammered, or so that we could actually do a quote unquote pre-release review, since they were over on itch.io. It was ended. The Romines ended it. Probably not very long after noticing that we had posted that we had made a video on those 2 games and posted it. They realized how we got them. Actually, I think we told the world how we got them, and they killed the bundle 10 days early. Actually, you should have 10 days on it now. The bundle is dead. So there was all kinds of fun there. There'll probably be another video on that. There'll probably be at least a chunk of the next stream. Depends on what Zach wants to do. Anyway, monthly support, exclusive benefits like members only pricing, 30% off every order, up to 6 items per month on average. Access to my book, The Nature Hacker's Guide to the Body, along with updates every time I revise and add input to it. Free health advice and personalized teaching to answer any questions you may have on behalf of family, friends, etc. Period. That's all one sentence. Basically, it's your very own overqualified doctor for only $10 a month. After you will get an instant link to all books, past editions, and any other digital content. Hey, how you doing there, Mello? Nice to see. Thanks for joining us. Okay.
Mello is there?
Mello is one of the folks that likes to hang out in the 10 for 10 sentence. Mello likes to hang out in the Fridays in the chat, the Friday streams, and he and I were the ones that did the stream on Monday that prompted the Romines to go batshit.
I can't see Mello's icon.
Well, that's because he's in the chat.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so now, please note, we have this claim right here. Basically, you get your very own overqualified doctor for $10 a month. Now,
Okay. What are his degrees?
Now, let's go back up to the disclaimer. Okay. The information presented in this site is for educational purposes only, and is not intended to give authoritative health instructions.
So where
Good
is
thing, because he's overqualified.
Yes.
Oh, of course. He's completely overqualified.
Where is the overqualified doctor?
I want to know. He's talking about himself, of course.
Right.
Actually, we're just working over his blog in his shop right this minute, Mello. We're going over to the book next. Resell them on eBay for $100 each, and he'll be rich. Yeah, you would be. Unfortunately, there's only actually one person that's involved in Nature Hacker that I'm aware of. He makes fun little vlogs with his little web camera sitting at his desk, like I would. If I had a little webcam and could sit at my desk, well, technically I do. I just have it's in my laptop though.
If you had an office, you'd be able to do that.
Yeah, well, I don't have an orifice, unfortunately. I have 2 kids, my wife and myself, in a 2-bedroom apartment, and then she's got her cat.
I'd offer you one of my extra rooms, but I don't see it being practical.
No,
Don't
because
talk
that
about,
would be...
No, don't talk ill about cats. Come on.
Well, it's her cat, but my 6-year-old feeds it, and I have to change the litter box.
Well, she's got the fun part, and you've got the shitty job.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, moving on. Let's start with the lovely fun thing here. Okay, so this is Nature Hacker's tour of the body. It's a 5-page PDF. He's written a much larger book, which of course, which I would assume expounds on this. But since I'm not going to give this sorry bastard $10, it would be better used to get my wife back and forth to work. We're going to go with this. It says, "Hello and welcome to the Nature Hacker community. I just want to point out my other book, quote, The Nature Hacker's Guide to the Body." And then he gives a link. Sign up to be a monthly supporter thing that will be continually updated to encompass all I know about the body. Subscribers get that plus access to every book and extra all in one place. So please consider becoming a monthly subscriber and help support me and get 30% off site-wide for as long as you're a subscriber. Well, hooray, I don't think you've updated this in a while because you said an average of six items a month for that 30% off. Okay. Thank you for getting this book. I got this book because it's free.
You're welcome.
I forgot. I forgot to do this. Okay. Where'd it go? Oh, hang on. Because he has a thing that I want to point out before we do that. Where'd it go? Oh wow, he took his little thingy off.
He did some editing last night.
Oh yes, he did. I wonder if somebody warned him. I didn't actually put up the event till about an hour before we got started because I didn't want him to have any more warning than he needed. But he had at one point a chemistry and physics. Let's talk chemistry and physics. Aha. Maybe not. Oh no, he actually edited it out. He actually had a disclaimer for a while there. It indicated that he didn't. That all we had to do was give him credit for his work. Give him credit. We could do anything we wanted with his content, and I'm going to hold him to that because he's getting all the credit here. This is his work.
He is all about credit begging.
And he's welcome to the credit in this case.
Yeah. At least someone appears to have edited this as opposed to what we're about to cover.
Yep. It says, "Thank you for getting this book. Blah 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 blah. I am confident that when you understand how the body works exactly, then you will be 90% on your way to curing every health issue that ails you. Does that include cancer, AIDS, and diabetes, mellitus?
Amputation.
We'll see. Yeah, amputation. We will see in just a moment. Let's see. Oh wait, there's the chat's kind of gone nuts. Zaxter says the sad thing is there's a lot of stupid people that probably buy this nonsense, but more than that, there's a ton of older senile people whose health is fading and they're more desperate than wise. Oh,
and he does have the word nature involved.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Sam. I thought I didn't tell you directly, and I apologize. I should have done. I was trying to get through to. And the reason it didn't. Nobody got any warning in advance because I didn't want Nature Hacker trying to put a stop to it before we really got things going. The less warning that guy gets, the better. He doesn't like people that criticize him.
Well, he's overqualified.
Well, yes, he is. Okay, and then the last thing Mello had to say here was those images on them pages are an example of what an idiot trying to look smart by acting like he knows what he's on about. Well, this is true, and we're gonna dig a little deeper into this now.
Yeah, you're gonna see a whole lot of that in a minute.
Well, we may not be geniuses, but we're smart enough to...
This is the rhetoric from his side.
Well, you know what, Mello? Probably no genius will read this because they know better. We're reading it. We may not be geniuses, but we're reading it so the rest of the idiots don't have to.
Right. We may be underworthy of this, but we're going to give it a go.
In this book, I will tell you why the human body develops problems, what is the root cause of every problem, how to figure out what your problem's root causes are, and most importantly, how to fix them. This can only have been written by a man, because no woman would suggest that no woman in her right brain would suggest they could fix it. They would keep talking about it until they figured out exactly why, and then they would go hunting for possible solutions, not fixes, solutions. Okay.
I posted his claims to his schooling.
Oh, that's actually fun, Mello. Mello here says, bullshit time with Kage and Company, our favorite time of day. If I thought I'd get away with doing this every day, I probably would, because this is actually kind of fun. If you believe that only through artificial chemicals and $500,000 educations that you can take care of your body, I want you to stop reading now and never visit my site again.
Okay. Sold. Most accurate information supplied so far, and probably for the remainder of the call.
Actually, probably that's for the entire website. He wants us to stop reading now and never visit his site again, and then he laughs out loud. You never use text speak in a freaking book that you want to be taken seriously, dude. It's just,
he might as well posted a smiley face.
Yeah, I know, right? What's up with that? I mean, you could do that when you're doing text chat with people just because you're doing text chat with people, but if you're trying to be taken as a professional, the first time you use something like that or an emoticon in the middle of a book, they're going to kick your ass. Unless it's actually about emoticons. And the text speak. And even then, you'd probably get called on it. Okay, I know way too many people that edit and publish and do things like that, and they'd shoot me if I did this. But then if I ran that last sentence through them, they'd probably look at me like I'd gone stupid, and then refer me to be sectioned.
Right. Or drawn and quartered.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much there, Mello. He says, quote, I'm a professional, so I'm going to talk in slang, IRL. Okay.
Because he's half to the kid's lingity.
The next sentence is actually is almost funnier. That is the most blasphemous thing you could ever imagine.
Ever.
Born with all here, I posted his claim to his degrees.
I haven't seen any degrees from this guy. I don't think he has any. We are born with all the.
He posted on his website. I posted here. Take a look.
Anyway, he says we are born with all the tools needed to care for our bodies, and anyone who tells you otherwise is a charlatan.
Okay.
Okay. Citation fucking needed.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay. The idea here is that microbes, environmental toxins, and lack of nutrients are what cause all problems and diseases in the body. Genetics do come into play, however. The root cause of genetic problems is virus.
What?
Yes. First off, there's no punctuation of the sentence from the capital G in genetics to the full stop at the end.
Yeah, trying to read his shit is
Okay.
like I said, I tried it in many different mindsets, and the difference between the mindsets was negligible at best. There was absolutely no way to decipher this crap on single reading. Okay.
It is, and Zax, yeah, I know this is the kind of stuff that pisses you off. That's why I invited you to come join us in the stream proper. If you want to, you still have a link to do that. That being said, this is a whole friggin' anti-medicine industry, an industry that does this. Nutritional supplements, all that crap.
Yeah,
there are so many beneficial.
Trendy. It's trendy.
Yes.
And it has been super trendy since Andrew Wakefield decided that the MMR virus causes autism, and people started pushing that agenda.
I wonder, does his book cover autism? What's his cure for autism, and what's the virus that causes it?
I don't know. It's got to be better than bleach in the ass.
Well, that depends on your goal, doesn't it?
It does, actually. The sad part of it is I have actually seen stories recently about people doing exactly that.
I have as well.
For the purposes of curing autism. It's just bleh.
Yeah, let's see what kind of chemical burns we can add to the frustration of this child by burning it with bleach.
Yeah, I know, right? So, anyway, the root cause of genetic problems is virus. Okay, I don't have to tell anybody here how grammatically just destructive that is. Unfortunately,
he says on his website, like any healer, my quest has begun by having problems with my body that couldn't be solved. My healing journey is ongoing, but primarily lasted 16 years until I really got a grasp on things and figured out exactly what my problems were.
And it's probably just and that entire spiel is a story I hear every friggin' time.
And once you know that, solving it is easy and a downhill journey. So I am on that downhill now, getting huge gains in health easily now that I know my issues. The good news is that almost everyone has basically the same issues. You can read more about that in my book, of course, that you can download here instantly. My superficial problems included chronic fatigue, high blood pressure, low testosterone, adrenal fatigue, low thyroid,
Catherine, just a second here. I need to just a second here. I'm going to respond to Zach's in the chat, and I'll let you have the mic back. I actually, believe it or not, see, the thing is, I'm not worried about being sued for defamation, because if you're spouting bullshit, and it's not defamation if what you're saying is true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
or known to be an opinion. So I can say all day that I think that this crap is bullshit, and
Yeah.
as long as I say that I think it's bullshit, then I'm still good. I no other thing that I have nothing that I have stated as fact isn't true. Okay, sorry about that, Catherine. Carry on.
Oh,
Carry on.
wait a second. So where I was. So most of these problems I have fully overcome, and the others seem to be improving as well. Everything you need to know, and to know to solve your problems, I think he repeated himself, are on this site and in my book. So stick around, communicate in the forum, and let's get your health issues cured once and for all. And his credentials. So who am I? Well, I am a polymath, which means a Renaissance man. My interests are very similar to a man that lived in ancient Egypt, known as Imhotep, whoever, by the Egyptians, and Joseph by the Hebrews. Basically, my interests are all in science, especially the basic science and chemistry and physics, the only science that exists in IMO. Chemistry is the study of cement, opposites react, and physics is the science of spinning, motion, moving electrons, etc. So those are my interests. I am particularly interested in how both chemistry and physics apply to the body, and biology as a whole. So medicine is a huge interest of mine. I have Bachelor of Science degrees in nutrition with a chemistry minor and mechanical engineering, which basically has physics minors. So that is my formal education. But this is the tip of the iceberg because I take my informal education much more seriously. Informal education. I have read thousands of scientific papers over the years in my free time. Some people like reading fantasy or mystery books. I read textbooks and scientific journals for fun. Right now, I'm studying for my informal PhD in nutritional chemistry. Also, after I completed my nutrition degree, I worked at the University of Arizona for 5 years in molecular biology. I don't know what he did there. He doesn't say. Maybe he cleaned the floor. I don't know. I think
I don't think
anyone,
he's qualified to clean the floor.
yes, I think anyone would have a hard time saying I have a master's science in general. Credentials ended. I'm back here.
I find it difficult to take him at his word.
I find it very difficult.
Yeah.
And he's not just stealing and scamming the elderly, Zach. He's stealing from and scamming everyone, as far as I can tell.
The stupid.
You know, anybody
The stupid and the desperate.
Anybody with the lack of skepticism to go, wait a minute, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, if you're overqualified and can't write, can I talk to the regularly qualified again? Because damn.
Anyway, so support the next sentence in our little book here. We're almost to the bottom of page 1. So supporting genetic defects is important, but that will not cure your problem. But eliminating the virus will. So all genetic defects are considered viruses, and if you eliminate the virus, your genetic defect will go away.
We're gonna solve cleft palates today.
Yeah. Cancer, that was last week, man. AIDS completely gone. Overtake this. Just completely overdose on this selenium tincture, and you'll be all set.
After about 3 months, when your hair starts to grow back, you will feel and look better. I promise.
So this guy needed, Zach. This guy needs to be called out. He really does. He needs to be shown where the carpet is, and he needs to grovel on it for a while, because frankly, this is all bullshit. And this is the least of what we could actually get our hands on. If we wanted to spend money, we could do a really long thing.
I wonder if his book shows up in a 3-ring binder or.
I would. He might actually be able to. He could always.
He could self-publish it, but I guess if he's getting. Yeah, if he's having people pay him $10 a month, I guess he could conceivably self-publish 100 copies of it.
Okay, microbes and environmental toxins both affect the body in similar ways. Capital B. Both of these strain the body's detox pathways, which leads to allergies, sickness, immune dysfunction, anything you can think of, and they play off each other, complete with hyphen. When the immune system is depressed, you are more prone to infections, and when your body is busy fighting infections, it doesn't have any juice to detox environmental toxins, which makes it more susceptible to infection, etc. Which should be ETC.
Ectoplasm.
Yeah, no kidding. I've written books. I've written some actually quite nice books as far as most people are concerned. I think I suck at writing, and this guy is just done.
I grew up in a house where my dad's mom was an English teacher and was apparently brutal to my dad because he was really hard on my brother and I. This is an affront to my mind try to read this crap. You're doing an amazing job. You've obviously read through it at least 3 times before to be able to get the appropriate breaks in to make it actual English instead of the ramblings of a schizophrenic mind.
Actually, no, I have not read it word for word yet.
You are amazing.
I read the first page and a little bit one time just to kind of get a rough idea of what the claims were, and then I said, nope, we're doing this, guy. And I haven't looked at it since. That was days ago.
You are doing an incredible job of reading this drivel. It is so hard on the mind.
Yeah, it's melting my brain pan, and you know what? I'm gonna actually have to go back and write my own. I'm gonna have to go back and do some more of my.
He took out that part that how all that drivel was his work, and you are free to use it whatever way you want.
Yeah, well, he's still stuck with it because that's what I saw the first time. Ha!
Yep.
Yeah.
We all did.
I saw that too.
Okay.
Yeah, he had the Kent Hovind disclaimer at the beginning that said that you're welcome to use my material in any way you see fit, so long as I get credit.
Yep. They want to spread it out as far as possible. Guess what, buddy? Now you're on friggin' YouTube. Well, you're already on YouTube spouting your shit, but hey, this is on YouTube now. This is going to be a thing. So obviously.
You are now recognized by people who aren't stupid. Congratulations. You have won.
Okay, next sentence. So obviously, to stop the cycle, we need to reverse and prevent infections, support nutritional requirements, promote detox, and support the body's BODY''S detox pathway.
It gets worse.
You see, the thing is, when you do things like that, it makes me want to climb the wall.
That's what I'm saying. It's an affront to my mind to read this drivel. It is mentally painful. I don't know how else to describe it. It actually made me stutter when I was yelling at the dogs.
I think, and I have a partial stutter normally. Just think about that. Think about that for 1 minute.
Yeah, I don't have that. Unless I'm trying to read. Oh my God, it was so hard. I'll bet reading numbers 4 and 5 took me a good hour and 15 minutes to really. You're doing an amazing job.
All right. So
you do his work very well.
Lots and lots and lots of practice. Okay. Truly, that is all you have to do. If you do that, you will live a long and healthy life until at least your 100 teens.
At least.
Where you will die in no pain or anxiety with a smile on your face. That is the goal, and that is the guaranteed destination if we just take simple care of the body.
Oh, shit. Okay, that sounds completely honest. But, I mean...
What did Mello say?
He said,
What?
Yeah, Mello, I think you're onto something.
Mello. I know it's Mello.
he's going to challenge himself to correct every spelling mistake and punctuation error that Nature Hacker here made.
Mello, I think you might be able to get a lengthy pamphlet out of just the words he misspells and doesn't use.
Yeah. You know, words completely missing. I mean, and that thing is virus. There's like 5 or 6 words there that are missing, and at least 2 words used incorrectly.
The virus ate the words.
There you
He's got
go.
enough selenium in his diet. He's not losing enough hair and fingernails.
Now, maybe it's just not enough arsenic. Anyway.
Yeah, also a favorite. Vitamin B12.
Where are we here? Vitamin B17.
B17, you're right. I'm sorry.
Vitamin B12 is actually real, or mostly real.
Yeah, I have absolutely misspoken.
B17, on the other hand, metabolizes to hydrogen cyanide. We all know what that'll do to you.
It sounds like something you spray on crops.
No.
I'm sorry.
Hydrogen cyanide is what they put in the nice pills that they give spies.
Yeah, I think it actually did used to appear in commercial grade pest control, however.
It probably still does. Actually, typically they use nicotine now for bug repellent.
Yeah, usually.
But hydrogen cyanide in microgram doses is lethal. Lethal.
Hey, there is no problem with that. Consider who watches that shit and buys it from him. I don't want to encourage mass suicide, but I am not going to miss many of them.
Well, you know what? Honestly, some of this advice has the potential to kill people.
Right.
Or or damage them very, very badly.
Or wish they were dead.
Okay. I will lay everything out for you on how to do that right here in this free book. That's right, we got this book for free. There's even a link in the description if you really want to read this yourself. You can follow along.
There's constant updates.
Oh, that's right, Mello. I don't know what Mello is a professional. Are you a medical professional, Mello?
I'm a professional landscaper.
Professional writer. I've been medical personnel in the distant past.
And I worked for a boss who had me write a 117-page employee handbook.
Ooh, that's actually good.
Can you imagine what a pedantic prick your boss is that makes you write a 117-page employee handbook?
Oh, you're a professional editor. Oh,
more or less.
Mello,
oh no.
Mello, we're going to talk. You and I are going to have that chat in a little while because I want you to see I have a few things I want you to look at. If you don't object, anyway. I've written books for games. I've written books for all sorts of fun things. My most recent work was actually for a video game that released last year, back in July. And there's a reason I don't do I don't do work. I don't review anything that was done by Stardock. I am by my nature biased.
So you don't have a link to this book available here?
I do not.
I think you're missing your market.
Which one? The game manual or the book that we're working with?
Either one. No, I meant the one that you wrote.
Oh, no, I don't have a direct link to it right now.
That's what I'm saying. You should be profiting on your efforts by linking it anytime your name appears anywhere, just like our friend here.
Oh, actually, what I should be doing is linking to the game, because if that game sells really well, they'll give me more work.
Okay, very well. Also, not a bad idea.
I have to ask them first before I.
I'm sure you do.
Because there is technically an NDA on it, but I don't know if what I am and aren't allowed to do as far as that goes. So I don't want to run into any problems.
I'd hope you'd be allowed to market it for them, but I understand. You have a valid point.
Okay. If you find it enlightening, please consider supporting me with $10 a month, and in return, you will get even more detailed and personalized guidance on how to do this. You could have taken that "and" out and put a comma in there, really. But again, here it is. It's page 2 on your tour of the body, and you haven't got anywhere except to once again bug us for money.
Yeah, that's at least twice? Or is that the third time?
That's at least twice. I think it might. This is the first time he's actually put a number on it. Okay, the first step in achieving this goal is reducing or eliminating microbes. Well, if you eliminate all the microbes, then
you're dead.
You're going to die because we have a host of microbes that actually help us in our digestion.
Next sentence.
There is no such thing as beneficial microbes in the body. All microbes produce carcinogens and put oxidative stress on the body.
Good call, Catherine.
Probiotics seem good because they didn't compare it to a body that's been cleaned of microbes. If we completely cleaned ourselves out of microbes, we would be, well, dead. There's a lot of microbes that are well, he's an American, so he'll spell it with a Z, Mello. It's like I will spell armor without a U.
What are you, Canadian?
No, I'm an American.
No, I meant Mello.
Mello's a Brit. He's in the UK.
Oh. He says derisively.
No, I have no problem with our British friends. I really don't.
And I don't hate Canadians as much as I sound like I do.
Yeah, well, just because they live in the glorious People's Republic of Kanekistan.
My favorite new colloquialism for Canadians is snow Mexicans.
Mello heard you. Anyway.
I'm sorry, Mello. I'm just kidding.
No, Mello is okay. Mello was drinking lots.
We like Mello. Mello is cool people.
Mello was drinking lots of coffee last time we met.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's a great laugh going on now. The most recent claim there, Zach, is that there are no such thing as beneficial microbes in the body.
Because facts.
Because reasons.
Because feels. Because lots of stupid.
Because he has no idea what the hell he's talking about.
I wonder how long would it take for you to starve to death from having no microbes in your digestive tract?
The general rule is 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 minutes without air, or 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without
3 weeks without food. All right, okay.
I don't know if there are any good blood cells in the body. I think he actually likes those. I'm not sure why. Platelets might be a problem for him, but we'll see.
He's got a real problem with plasma.
Compared to random bacteria, probiotics are possibly good, but compared to no bacteria, probiotics are carcinogenic and stressful.
Oh my God.
Would you consider taking a mouth probiotic instead of brushing your teeth? Of course not. The gut is even more important to keep clean than the mouth. If you get the gut clean, you will never get the flu or any other contagious disease ever again.
It's not important to keep the mouth clean?
Well, no, he's talking about a probiotic.
Instead of brushing.
Instead of brushing.
Oh my God.
But that's what he asked. He's asking if we would consider it. This is actually just reductio ad absurdum.
What kind of biology lab did he say he worked in again, Catherine?
A university lab.
Let me see.
Was it
Microbiology.
microbiology? That claim is sounding really likely right now.
Yeah, no shit. Especially when he's now talking about viruses. If you keep your gut clean, you'll never get a virus. Except that most viruses pass through the mucosal membranes in the lungs or through broken skin contact, not through. Most viruses would die in stomach acid.
Right. That's what. But he's like a rhinovirus. Kind of starts in your sinuses. It doesn't really go through your gut. So, what?
Most viruses get in the body through the mucosal membranes, either in the respiratory system, the reproductive tract, or in the mouth or eyes. Any place where you've got mucosal membranes. He doesn't get it.
What? What?
Right. We're going to be asking that question a lot, Catherine.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You know when you've made an atheist say, Jesus Christ, you have accomplished something.
Yeah, no shit.
God damn it.
Wait, if someone was ever, Zaxter said this, if someone was ever going to try and sell a probiotic pill to save us from the need to brush our teeth, the money is on him trying to sell us that BS. Just saying.
It's got a point. If I could just take something that would make my mouth fresh and clean instead of having to brush, I think he'd make a hell of a lot more money doing that than he would selling this selenium bullshit.
If it worked, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, he's onto an idea. If he just get back in that microbiology lab and start working on it, we might be onto something.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, it was molecular biology.
Oh, molecular biology lab. My fault.
Well, that doesn't. That would qualify him to do a few things, but I'm pretty sure that microbiology lab right now is trying to. If he was ever in that microbiology lab, I'm pretty sure they're trying to distance themselves from him now.
Yeah, I'm guessing he didn't have a key card to that room.
Yeah, or I'm guessing he didn't have a key card to the. I'm guessing he didn't even have a key card to get into the freaking dorms. Okay, so. What has scared mainstream medicine away from this conclusion is that in order to achieve this, they believe you would need to take antibiotics for life, which is obviously a deadly proposal. Well, no, not really. You could take antibiotics for life, but sooner or later, the antibiotics would develop a tolerance to anything that survived originally, and you'd have to start taking a stronger antibiotic after a while.
Forever.
They have blinders on and can't see the obvious solution: clay and charcoal.
Oh my God.
What?
Okay, well, at least she's gone from Jesus to God.
Well, this is not the usual situation when I get friendly, but that's okay.
I swear if you throw out an "Oh Holy Ghost," I'm going to crap my pants.
If you were in the wild, you would create a foam by producing clay or dissolving dirt and water, letting the big stuff settle out, and then taking soapy water, taking the soapy clay water and letting it settle for a day, collecting that, then sterilizing it with a fire. Then
Does he understand? Wait. He said clay in water. Does he have any? He obviously doesn't live anywhere where there's clay in the water, but for those of us that do, you know those pictures of brown rivers you see all the time? That is clay in water. You know how long it takes for clay to settle out of fucking water?
Well, no, he wants you to take it out and let it settle for a day, and you collect the stuff off the bottom.
Like one day will settle clay. That is not actually going to fucking happen. Not around here anyway.
Then mixing that charcoal from the fire with the clay and eating it.
Why don't you just eat the clay? What's the point of what's the deal with the water?
I don't know. This recipe will keep the gut clean absolutely 100% free.
Why? Because eating clay will do that.
But do you have any idea what eating clay does to the gut?
Well, it does essentially nothing, but the chances of you ingesting microbes in the process pretty high.
Extremely high. and probably not the ones that are good for you.
Right.
However, in our society, a similar solution would be 1 tablespoon food-grade diatomaceous earth, which can't be used, which I don't think can be made in food grade because it's dirt, mixed with mixed 1-to-1 with activated charcoal and a bit of plant saponins were added, about 1/4 teaspoon. I also have a product with all of that in capsules at his site.
Eat mud in capsules.
Which of course he sells. In fact, I want to see this. I want to.
Has he got any worm scat for scale? I want to buy some worm scat. Does he got any? What are those things called? Casts? Is that what they're called?
Wow. In the Northeast, here in Brazil, poor kids have nothing to eat. Their mothers mix manioc flour with clay and give this to children to eat. They have those African children that have their skinny and bony with a humongous belly. That's it. Give them clay.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
They are full of worms.
Yep. Anyway, Artemis has gone about introducing himself in the chat there, Zax. Which I was going to answer the question, but Artemis he's completely allowed to do that, I think. Yeah, he's allowed to do that. I don't care.
Yeah, well, there's nobody here to stop me, damn it.
No, well, I wouldn't. I could stop you. Well, I could stop you from accessing the chat. Well, no, I can't actually. Never mind.
Well, even if you could, it wouldn't stop me from drinking.
Yeah, well, you can drink all you want. I don't care. You are certainly over the age of 21, so yeah. I don't actually care.
Yeah, I have achieved that status, surprisingly to no one.
Yeah, Zax knows me, but he didn't know my voice.
That's interesting. Oh, wait. Right, I like it. This link here doesn't actually, let's see.
You didn't put the whole link.
Let me see, super.
You didn't copy the whole link, dude.
I did get the whole link.
You know, you need Patreon just so you can buy this fucking book.
I have a Patreon. Nobody pays attention to it.
Well, if Zax or Mello love you as much as they say they do.
He's feeling rejected.
Chip in and buy this man a book.
I think the digital copy is only like $4, but I still don't have.
See there, it's only $2 a piece, fellas.
Hang on. Oh, there we go. They do actually have a copy. It's $4, and I'm not buying it.
And not because you're cheap.
Because I'm cheap. Okay.
No, not because you're cheap.
Okay, if you will check here, we do actually have it. 20 grams of these, 20 of these things, 20 grams. Each of them, I assume, is approximately a gram. $3.50.
What's the name of this fucking thing? What word?
It's a super advanced detox cleanse. It's made of diatomaceous earth, charcoal, saponins, and rhodiola, whatever the hell that is.
Diatoms are tiny little. They have tiny little shelled animals, and this it is kind of easy to it's the sand is used for a lot of different things, but to a layman it is just sand. But when it comes right down to it, it does have distinct properties. It's just diatom shells.
Yep. Baxter says he'd rather spend that $4 on any digital homicide games. At least that game. At least then he knows what he's getting. Digital homicide games are almost universally crap. They made one that was actually somewhat okay. One.
Yeah, that's a resounding endorsement too, by the way.
Or at least it works properly.
It was kind of almost okay.
Okay, tanking, please.
Tanking. Good actual use of the word.
We'll keep the gut clean, which is the #1 thing you can do for optimal health. And I missed that the first time. I think I said taking, and that's not what he said. He said tanking.
he said ganking. Yeah, I have, as a landscaper, I have ingested a lot of soil over my life. Usually through the air, but, wiping your mouth. I've eaten a lot of dirt. And because I live in Indiana, most of it has been clay. I can attest to the fact that there are no serious health benefits to eating dirt.
Yeah. It's okay, moving on. After that, the most important thing you can do is support yourself nutritionally. Everyone is deficient in potassium. Have a banana. Magnesium, zinc, iron. Thick blood is really caused by bacterial toxins from the gut, not high iron. No, that's not true at all. We have plenty of ways to break things down, and if there were bacterial toxins in the blood, you get a thing called blood poisoning. You become septic and you die. But then the blood is also used to transport shit out of the body, and to places like the liver.
Wait! He said that everyone is deficient in potassium, magnesium, zinc, and iron. It's not true.
Right.
Okay.
It's a figure of speech.
Worst part of it. No, he's actually.
No. You can have anemia, and it cannot and can be related to many other factors that have nothing to do with iron,
including genetics. You could eat red meat every day, and you would still not have, and you could still be anemic. In some cases.
They were choking me with iron without checking why I had anemia. I had iron poisoning because of this.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Until somebody decided to check why I was taking so much iron, and it had to do with lead poisoning.
Hey, you Kaiser Cube, thanks for dropping in.
It was what?
Rat poisoning.
What?
Yeah.
What? What was your source for rat poisoning?
Water.
Yeah, she lives in a certain large country in South America, and that does seem to happen occasionally.
I hadn't actually considered that as the likely cause, but now that you mention it.
Yeah, the
they were killing me, giving me iron, and on top of lead poisoning, I had iron poisoning. And it fucked the levels of all the rest, magnesium, zinc, potassium, everything. Everything got everything had their levels wrong because of this.
Well, you don't sound like you're from Detroit.
Hey guys.
No, I'm not from Detroit.
No, she's from South America. The thing is, his list isn't actually done yet. There's also selenium and sulfur that we're supposed to be short on.
Oh.
Great soluble sources of these can be found, especially in my product Stable, as well as other supplements section of my site.
I'm pretty sure that's an erection pill. He's stolen that name.
I don't know.
I just been at a lot of truck stops. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't know. Let's see what we got.
What's funny is that his other concoction would serve this better.
Check this out. This is all of his stuff marked health supplements. And all of these are we're gonna sell this to you. Cat pee vaporizer spray. Get rid of ammonia smell for good.
No, I neutered my cat. I don't need it anymore.
I love the smell of cat pee.
Okay. And this is page 4. We are now to page 4. Once we're nutritionally adequate and have a clean gut, we can really rejoice and feel like rejoicing too. But we're okay. Lowercase letter B. Your shift key stuff. But we are not quite done yet.
Jesus.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
We very likely have systemic infection, likely in the spleen, the liver, spleen, lymph, central nervous system, etc., as well as built-up toxins in many areas, especially the liver. Okay. The central nervous system includes the brain. If you have a brain infection, this would explain a lot.
Yes.
Dude,
yes.
You explain a whole lot with you explain many things if you have a brain infection. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
The liver gets to be like a dirty filter that we need to clean. To do this, we need to support the liver detox pathways. The kidneys are also used for waste filtration, as is the large colon and everything else, or the large intestine. For more info, see this quote-unquote guidebook. A great product designed just for this purpose is my restitution formula. I think I need restitution just for actually doing this, like at all.
I think you deserve it for being able to read it.
Jumping off the cliff will prove what?
Okay. Restitution 27.3.2 detox formula liver support. Restitution from vaccines. Restitution from heavy metal poisoning. Restitution from allergies. Restitution from candida. From neurotransmitter imbalance. Stress. Restitution from environmental chemicals.
Candida, the musical?
No. I don't know exactly. Oh, and it's 2 veggie capsules.
Oh,
I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this stuff.
Mercury detox pathway.
It will protect me from chemtrails.
That's why you like the smell of cat pee. It keeps away the chemtrails.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Shit.
It'd also be perfect to support a liver cleanse protocol. Not sold as a supplement, but rather a combination of nutrients that just so happen to be food grade. It is intended not as a supplement.
Not? Then why is he selling?
But rather as a combination of nutrients that just so happen to be food grade. Per day.
But I don't need to cleanse my liver. I stopped drinking.
Let's see.
Smart
It
ass.
has all of
Show
this
off.
stuff.
Quitter.
I quit.
Quitter.
You're all right.
La la la. You know, I dated a girl from Venezuela, and you are not dissimilar.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here we go. We have some amino acids, probably in powder form. We got a bunch of stuff in here, most of which the average person can't read. Looks scientific, might be that way.
Oh, I will not be able to take this. It has B12. I'm allergic.
Not a real B vitamin C, WOTR for cobalt.
Okay, I can do this. I'm relieved. I'm relieved I can take this.
Fine. You know what? I will find some capsules and send you some dirt.
It's
I have dirt here.
vitamin B12 contains the biochemically rare element cobalt.
Oh, look at number 2 here.
I thought cobalt was a color.
Cobalt is actually an element.
I know. I did pass my science classes.
Okay, B12 is not an essential vitamin. We can make it without gut bacteria in the liver. Hoax, scam, conspiracy, germ-free. We're just we're gonna come back to that.
Really? It's not an essential vitamin.
Along with Zetox, you will really get cleaned out of toxins. And he gives you another link to something on it. Yeah, tungsten pills. Yeah.
If anybody is considering buying dirt capsules, look me up on Google Plus, and I will hook you up with some dirt.
Okay. Along with Zetox, you'll get really cleaned out of toxins, and he gives you another link here. Once that step is complete, and all these should be taken indefinitely for best results. So you can't stop taking his stuff. Once you start, you can't stop. The final step is
they're like Pringles, those things.
The final step is helping clear the body of hidden infections.
Ooh.
Wasn't that what the last?
Wait a moment. If I'm on a healing process, am I not getting better? How can I have hidden infections?
Well, I think
quit asking questions.
I thought
quit asking questions.
I thought we covered this in the last step, but apparently we still have a final step to clear. Is helping clear the body of hidden infections.
You'll forget.
But I'm already healing. I'm healing. How can I have hidden infections?
I'm skeptical of the fact that this is the last product.
Once that step is complete, and all these should be taken.
Help me! I'm healing.
I will send you dirt.
But I have dirt here.
I have clay. Do you have clay?
I have clay. I have dirt. Look at our president.
Oh! Ouch! That's just harsh.
Yeah, we have Donald Trump. Suck it.
And Hillary Clinton.
Hey,
Hillary Clinton.
Hey, let me shamelessly plug something real quick.
Hey, Red, what's up?
Not much. I just started a new website called Hacker Nature Red, and not only will I send you dirt, but for 3 very small payments of $29.99, I will send you beach sand that has been covered in fish semen.
Nice.
I'm a little disappointed that you're plugging your shit over mine, but very well.
That's okay.
Exactly. Well, you see.
Well, if you get 2 art, he gets 2. So that's just the rules.
No. See, yours is just dirt. Mine is beach sand laced with fish semen.
Yeah.
My other question is
that's not natural.
I live close to the beach, and I don't need sand. I have sand here. Come on.
Yeah, but do you have sand with fish semen in it?
I can provide clay with my own semen.
Art, you know officially will be 2 new monitors and a new keyboard. Root beer does not come out of these things.
That's what you get for drinking root beer. That's like serving red wine when you have white carpet. You don't do that shit.
The carpet's brown.
Okay, then you're fine.
And it's not the carpet I'm worried about. It's the monitors that are going to short out when the it's the monitors that are going to short out when you when all this root beer gets in them. That's okay. I have an Amazon wish list. You can buy me 2 new ones.
I am curious. Does he dry his before he ships it, or does he just send it wet?
No, he sends it wet.
Okay. So anyway, moving on. These are typically going to be gram-positive bacteria and candida. Red, this guy made the claim that there is no such thing as beneficial bacteria.
Hang on. If we got rid of all bacteria, you would die.
We've said this. He doesn't believe us. He doesn't believe us. He wrote so in his book. A very badly written book, I might add.
I'm thinking about... Okay, now tell me if you guys think this is a bad idea. I'm thinking about buying this book for the sole purpose of just ripping it to shreds.
You should join us in the stream when you do that, because he has an electronic copy up for $4, and
yeah, but
none of
it's
us has got the money.
$4. Okay, imagine what you could buy for $4 that's actually beneficial.
Or less entertaining. That is probably the more valid point.
Yes.
I mean, it's got to be at least as funny as a decent movie.
$4. I could get and review at least 3 digital homicide games for that.
I mean, $4. That's a lot of money to spend for demonstrable bullshit like this.
Yeah. Well, this is actually this book, this tour of the human body, has nothing really about the human body. Just a bunch of silly claims and a bunch of links to various parts of his website. And he's going to try and push his book back down here.
I mean, look, I can go to any farm with a shovel and ask the farmer, "Hey, can I scoop up some bullshit here?" And they'll be like, "Sure, it's free." But yeah, he wants me to spend $4 for his. Yeah.
I know, right?
Well, he has to cover costs. He did travel to pick up the shit. He did perform some function to get it into an envelope or put it on a scale to pay for the shipping.
Well, no, he'll charge you shipping and handling separately.
Well, the handling should be very expensive then, because it's bullshit.
I wonder if he has anything like an Amazon Prime membership for this type of crap.
Can I get overnight shipping? I live in Indy. Well, I used to. Fuck it.
So anyway, going zero-carb ketogenic for a few months is a great way to get an upper hand, but make sure you are taking the equivalent of Super Advanced Detox Cleanse SADC, because keto can cause gallbladder infections, which SADC prevents. Then as you go back to carbs, make sure you take bitter herbs like chaparral and andrographis, and of course he has a list for that, to fight hidden strep and staph infections. For candida things like raw garlic and my restitution formula will help you, especially because of the boron content and sulfate. For candida things.
Okay, I'm giving you information on ketogenic diet.
Let me guess, he is totally full of shit.
And can we talk about the fact that he keeps using the word restitution as if it means what he thinks it means?
Yeah, super advanced.
That word does not mean what he thinks it means. Does not, under any circumstances.
Isn't it a payment of a debt?
Yes. That is the typical meaning of the word restitution.
I felt like I'd read that or heard it somewhere that, that's not the way you use that fucking word, you moron.
That word, you keep using restitution. You keep using that word. I do not think it means
what you say it means.
Also, my Lugol's iodine is very potent against yeast/fungus like candida. It's a nature hacker. Blah 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 blah. He's got a whole post on it, probably has a little clicky that we can use to actually buy it. Right. All right. That is all. Everything you need to know / do to live life to your very fullest potential. I know you want more info, so please consider becoming a monthly subscriber. $10 a month. At very least,
number 3.
My quote-unquote guide ebook. My expenses are very low, and every dollar helps me to continue my research and product development.
No, there is no research. There is no product development. He went to his backyard and put dirt in capsules.
Amongst other things.
But did he come in it?
He may have.
You do have him beat there, okay?
Okay.
I'm offering a superior product.
I mean, I offered fish semen, but you trust in your product so much that you are willing to put your own semen into it.
I think my customers deserve to know where I'm sourcing my materials.
Exactly.
Okay.
I just want to emphasize the come in customers.
Let's see.
It's been a gold standard of business for many years.
Yes.
You want to know the adverse effect of a ketogenic diet?
I think he should change that part though. I want you to stop reading now and never visit my site again. LOL. He should put unless it's to make fun of the demonstrably incorrect horseshit that I'm spewing here on a live Google Hangout in front of everybody.
And isn't Godspeed a name? Isn't Godspeed what he meant to say instead of Godspeed? Because isn't Godspeed a name?
Well, no, it's actually a contraction of God's speed.
Okay,
It's kind
I've
of
never.
the two words together. It's fairly common usage these days.
Okay, Mike.
And also, just to make you guys hate me a little bit more, I went on G Plus and I sent the watch link to NatureHacker's, so you guys are welcome.
Outstanding.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so if he starts popping in the comments and starts spewing a whole bunch of bullshit, then I want all of you guys to blame me, and then I'm gonna laugh like really, really hard.
And then go away, I assume.
Yes, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of Dodge, and then I'm just gonna watch the fireworks.
You know what?
What a bastard.
We're probably going to get a... You know what? I'm completely okay with that. Because the more people that come through here and try and trash me, the more people are going to attempt to be completely obnoxious on the channel, and the more attention I'm going to wind up getting.
I don't see us being complicit with the 2-hour limit you had imposed, however.
What? No, I don't think we're going to make it.
Yeah, I don't see us complying with that in any way.
Well,
should that happen?
Today it's not actually going to be important. Next week we're either going to have to move it back an hour, or we're going to have to do something else.
All right.
All right. So, Red, here would be the reason I asked if you wanted to drop by, and since we got you here,
Yippee.
you can help.
Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake! God damn it! I hate you.
Hate me if you want, Red. We're going to talk about it.
I don't wanna. Yeah. Okay. Fine. You know what? I did promise that I would be here, and I did. So I want you to enjoy the fact that you are making me suffer like this. I want you to fucking enjoy it.
Because it's actually good for a laugh.
Oh God!
I don't have the math background you do, Red. So you're going to be
there's joyful, and then there's borderline torture.
As long as I don't find my way off the borderline, you'll be fine.
I have described this as the ramblings of a schizophrenic mind, and if you disagree, I'd love to hear why.
Well, I think this set of blog posts will put your mind at rest about 1 or 2 scores.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Read the first part.
Okay. The concept of the fifth law was referred to by Newton in his third law, if the bodies are not hindered by any other impediments. The topic of the fifth law is what defines this impediment. The topic of the fifth law, and of course he's repeating himself now.
Yeah, he likes to talk about how he's going to describe the topic of his laws. He spends a great deal of time doing that.
Yeah.
That's because bad writing is bad. Is that momentum is only transferred while force is applied.
Okay, now what does he mean by momentum being transferred? That's the thing, because if he's talking about, every action as an equal and opposite reaction, that law already exists, and you don't need to make it a fifth one, you fucking idiot.
Repulsion or resistance is defined as that which allows one body to transfer more momentum to another body that would otherwise be possible given their masses and velocities.
Okay, stop there. Read that again.
Repulsion or resistance is defined as that which allows one body to transfer more momentum to another body than would be possible given their mass and velocities.
No, resistance, resistance. Oh, fuck's sake.
is changing the way the world speaks English.
Yes.
He's not done abusing the English language. It gets worse.
We're at the beginning, and already we want to punch a puppy.
Throw a kitten through a window. Something.
Keep going.
Okay. We can term this law resistance or force series or force transfer series or repulsion or momentum transfer or even aether.
Wait.
What?
Read that again. This is sentence number 2.
No, this is sentence 3. And
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, read that thing that he thinks is a sentence again, because damn.
We can term this law resistance or force series or force transfer series or repulsion or momentum transfer or even aether.
All of these things mean the exact same thing to me.
except that bit at the end about aether, because the aether hypothesis has been so thoroughly debunked that.
And what the fuck does it have to do with this?
That nobody that isn't a geocentric tit or a flat terramite has ever even heard of it.
And it has nothing to do with this.
There is no.
He might as well have said phone booth or caboose or Steve. Just throw another fucking word in there and put it in parentheses and say, "Yep, this means that."
This is an order. This is an ordered list of nouns that was provided without commas or any other such thing.
Right, because overqualified.
Because overqualified doctor.
Okay. To avoid having my brain just blow up at the next bit, I just want to skip ahead. I mean, all this shit does not mean the same thing, so that ends that. But let me read this part. While a force is being applied to a body, that body undergoes a change momentum, namely velocity or mass. Bullshit! Is transferred from one body to another. All right. Here he says mass. The mass itself is transferred to another. Yes. What the fuck?
Because velocity and mass are, of course, exactly the same thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Same thing as Steve or wheelbarrows or shopping carts. Just add a fucking word, change the fucking meaning entirely, and call
Velocity does not mean mass. Mass does not mean velocity. Yet to this jackass, they are the exact same thing.
Same thing, yes.
Mass times velocity isn't possible because they're the same shit.
Yeah, because then he says the total momentum, which is the mass times the velocity, is conserved.
So 1 times 1. he said that they're the exact same things. Velocity or mass is transferred to one by two, whatever. And now he says mass times velocity, so something times itself.
Yeah.
I could just see the mathematical equation already, and just the clusterfuck that it would make for people.
Yeah. Well, it starts with 1 squared.
Well, you could theoretically have a mass and a velocity that are of different values, but you're transferring all of that to the next object.
Right, which is also some magical fucking bullshit.
No shit. You've noticed.
Yeah, even the Harry Potter kid couldn't do that.
Kage, I'm just telling you, if I dropkick a baby by the end of this, I am blaming you completely.
You know what? I will accept that.
This is...
Just this once.
This is why my dogs take Xanax.
Seriously, mass times velocity, but mass and velocity are the exact same thing. So something times itself, therefore fifth, which is actually the third, because reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sentence number 3.
We already know, however, the force... We also, is conserved as we already know, however, the force only exists for the time that the bodies are in force contact in which a force pair exists. The very instant the impacted body is moving at the same speed as the impacting body, a impacting body cannot exert any more force.
Wait a minute, what the okay. Okay, I'm genuinely confused at that. Can you reread that one more time and say it slowly?
I think I have this part figured out. I did get, well, like I said, I altered my
Hold
state a
on.
couple different ways.
Let me move through this because we still have a conspiracy thing at the end. I know Catherine's going to want to go. I know Catherine's going to want to be all over that. Total momentum, mass times velocity, is conserved as we already know. However, the force only exists for the times the bodies are in force contact in which a force pair exists. The very instant the impacted body is moving the same speed as, or the impacted body is moving the same speed as the impacting body cannot exert any more force.
Wow. Okay, I just want to start off by saying, force pair is not an actual term. He pulled that out of his ass.
Repeatedly, he does it in other places.
If what this douchebag is actually referring to is kinetic energy, then he needs to use the words or the term kinetic energy. All right, and the very instant the impacted body is moving at the same speed as the impacting body, no, they would not be moving at the same speed if they impacted. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. For fuck's sake, you're essentially saying that, oh, because I pulled this shit out of my ass, I discovered free energy. Fucking Nobel me.
Yeah, I want to know where his Nobel Prize is, because what happens if the impactor and the object being impacted are moving directly towards each other? You know, at this point, he says that they're going to move at the same speed. At some point, the impacted body is going to move that away, so that it's, you know, like the other one, like the other doesn't have any momentum whatsoever, and that's never the case.
Yeah, it's never the case. So basically, this guy one object has enough energy to transmit to another object, but to make it the same speed as the original object, as if it lost no kinetic energy transferring momentum. That is bullshit. The monster.
Oh, Mello! Mello has his Nobel Prize. It's a pile of poo.
Let's go play that shit and send it to him.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, we actually have his address. We put it on his blog.
All right. Here's the thing. I will personally make the shit, and I will have someone else go play it and then send it to him.
Actually, it's on his. Oh, it's on this page right here. We'll go back to the other one in just a moment.
I'll make sure I eat plenty of corn.
He's in Scottsdale, Arizona.
I'm going to mail so much shit to that address.
What did I do? Oh, that's right. It's over here on the front page. Okay. So, where were we? Right there. In order for all of the impacting body's momentum to be transferred, it has to impact a body that has infinite mass.
What? Okay. A body that has infinite mass, that's called a black hole.
Which would also have infinite gravity. You wouldn't be able to affect the body that was being impacted.
Because it doesn't make any sense here.
Okay.
All right, hang on, because infinite mass, because even black holes have a limit to their mass, so
Yeah, he's abusing the language by using the word infinite, where that's not exactly what he means. He's just making it's a big popping noise when he pulled that from his ass.
Now, infinite mass would make a black hole, but infinite mass would make the entire fucking universe a black hole, so there'll be no safe distance away. And this guy thinks this is legit because what?
Reasons.
Again.
Oh,
because he said so. It's legit because he said it's legit. Okay.
Where are we?
Infinite mass. Yeah, bullshit. There is no such thing as infinite mass. Otherwise, there would be no safe distance that you could be away from that object. No
Yeah,
safe distance.
I think he has to have made another one of his classic I don't know how to use the fucking language errors in this instance, because that makes absolutely no sense, even in this context that he's trying to use it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
seriously. Considering that there would be nothing left to make sense in, the entire universe would basically be fucked at that point.
okay. The more massive the second body is relative to the first, the more force times time exists, and therefore
because that's a thing.
To it.
Yep, that's a thing.
Force times time. Here's the thing, though. No, here's the thing. In order to apply force, an object needs to be moving, because he's obviously talking about, or at least trying to, I imagine, talking about kinetic energy, which is...
Yeah, I'm assuming he's talking about an impact.
Yeah, he's talking about the mass and then the velocity, which would be distance over time.
Right.
So you can figure out, like, for example, centrifugal force, like with F equals, and keep in mind F is by itself, equals means you're going to have to find something else to equate to that. So F equals, like, for example, m2r, which is the radius, 4 pi to the second over t to the second, t being time. T is never on the other side of the fucking equal sign. So this guy is full of shit there, too.
Okay, so yeah, bad math is bad.
And this is just straight up made up.
Oh, Mello found an accurate image of the guy's brain. It's a circle with a big black spot in the middle.
There you go.
He doesn't understand. No, Kaiser. He doesn't understand how to use functions. I really don't much either.
He doesn't understand how to use the English language.
He doesn't understand. I don't know how to use functions all that well either. I know what they are, and I know that this isn't it.
Well, that's why you dragged me to this shit stain, isn't it?
Exactly. See, I know where my failings are, and I get people that do know.
It's kind of like the dog that's scratching at the carpet, being dragged to the vet, and you know. Oh God, I can't.
I will admit to having reviewed enough math that I thought I knew. The great thing that I learned in how I spend my time on Google is to have what I think I know be challenged by someone and force me to go back and reconcile whether or not I actually do know what I thought I knew. And I did a lot of that with this, so in that sense I appreciate it. But fuck. This is such a mind meld.
I already found a problem with the very fucking bottom. Ft equals. Whoa, we'll get to that in a moment. I already.
No, he's just making shit up.
Oh, I already found a fucking problem because he doesn't. This fuckhead is such a fuckhead that he doesn't understand that there's a contradiction in what he just said right there.
Okay, so let's move on. So the ratio of masses and velocity should be included in an equation, and the factor which allows more momentum transfer than only the masses and velocities alone will be termed resistance. In order to transfer all of a system's momentum to another system, there needs to either be an infinite mass of the impacted body or an infinite series of simultaneous forces, also referred to as momentum transfers. The net effect of this infinite series of force transfers is impulse, and this will be proportional or inversely proportional to how much time the force pair or force transfer exists and the magnitude of the force.
I want ranch with that word salad.
Yeah, don't get that.
I prefer blue cheese and a little bit of pepper, but you know,
I'll have Catalina, thanks.
Yeah. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna need some Thousand Island on this. Hang on, Mom.
Where are the crowns? I need some crowns.
Given Red's history, I would say, Kaiser, that yes, it is. I think he just got to pull that out of his ass to be there. More hot pockets, yeah. So the time they are in contact will be. The time they are in contact will be proportional to a factor called resistance and the force applied and the velocities and masses. Therefore, the greater the resistance in a given contact, the greater the contact can affect impulse. This is exactly the opposite of what he just said.
Okay,
Right.
time does not equal resistance. Okay, hang on.
Right.
Time
Hold
does
on.
not equal resistance. And what he said the next one actually contradicts what he said at the very beginning of this fucking statement.
That's exactly what I thought. That's what I was thinking.
Well, again, remember how he's using the word resistance. It is completely ambiguous. He has no commitment to its meaning whatsoever. So you're trying to read this as though what he's saying makes sense.
Well, he's putting this out here as scientific fact.
Well, remember how he defined the word resistance earlier in the paragraph, because it's still useless information. But you can't just read it as the word resistance, because he has a different meaning for it.
Of course
and
he
it
does.
still doesn't make any fucking sense, but he has his own meaning for a word, and he keeps repeating it, and it's impossible to read it or listen to it and say, okay, he uses the word resistance, so he means this. No, that's not what he fucking means.
And it also seems like that if you want to use a word that has a different definition, that's actually fine so long as you define your terms.
Right.
He is changing the definitions of words as the bullshit goes on.
Yep.
Right.
When you do that, you don't have a case to make at all. What you're basically demonstrating is that you have made shit up.
He's gone full Cy Kate.
Oh goodness!
You now owe Cy 10 Bruggencade a heartfelt apology, the same as Mello offers needs to give pigs everywhere a heartfelt apology.
He is making up definitions for words. It's not the first time we've seen this.
Oh goodness! I mean, what was more viewable than this garbage I'm seeing on the screen right now was 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Yeah. That is all kinds of wrong.
The only person I know that has watched that more than once is a very gay man, and he finds the whole thing utterly fascinating. And I feel like I'm, relatively thick-skinned and capable of watching the world and its realities. That shit makes me throw up.
I'm just saying, listen, some people like to kiss, some people like to hug, some people like to puke semi-digested shit into each other's mouths.
Yeah, I don't begrudge anyone their kink.
Okay, so moving on. Therefore, the greater the resistance in a given contact, the greater the contact can affect impulse. It may be thought of as denoting how quote-unquote full space is locally, or how much interaction the system has with the ether. Here is
oh my fucking god.
Yes, he's now used ether as his chosen word, even though he said he listed it as something you could also describe it as earlier. Yeah, he said it could be this or 8,000 other things that mean nothing, and he has chosen the one that meant the least out of his list.
Okay.
Wow.
So, and now we can now I'm going to turn Red loose all over this attempt at an equation.
Okay, so let me look at this. So Ft equals impulse. Impulse equals mv. Mv equals Ft. T equals resistance times force. F times resistance equals mv. Okay, now see what he did with the mv. Okay, so see how resistance times force equals T. Ft equals mv. Ff times resistance equals mv. He's changing the fucking equation.
Every time.
Every fucking time. And not only that, he doesn't actually define what F is, so I'm assuming F means force.
Yeah, that would be the standard physics version of it.
Now here's another thing that I want to say. Force, if you're trying to find force is always by itself in the equation. You don't times force by itself for an arbitrary reason. That will never, ever give you the right result. Okay? If you're for force in an equation, when talking about the laws of physics, force will always be one value. It will never be doubled. It will never be doubled. So, for example, Newton's equation, F equals big G m1 m2 over r to the second. Centrifugal force equation, F equals m2 times r times product of 4 pi to the second over t to the second. If you want to rearrange that to find the mass of planets, there's only one F. If you want to rearrange that to find the mass of the orbiting body, that would only be one F. Okay, so this guy is using multiple force in his equation. That shit does not exist when talking about the laws of motion.
Well, here's a problem for you, Red. That's not 2F. That's F squared. F times F, and then multiply by the resistance.
Yeah, but the fact that there's two F's in the equation at all, it doesn't matter if it's multiply, it doesn't matter if it's take away, it doesn't matter if it's squared, doesn't matter. The fact that he has two in there shows that this equation is demonstrable bullshit. Because if you are trying to use force in any way, shape, or form, force will always be 1F, 1F, 1F. Okay, so if you have, if the end result is like, let's say, mass times acceleration. So 70 kilograms times 9.8 meters per second squared, that would be 686 newtons. Wow, fast math. Okay, so you have 686 newtons. Now you want to try and find that to equate F. So let's say you want to rearrange the equation to, like, say, we can find F divided by whichever value to find another value, for example, mass or the gravitational acceleration on Earth. If you square F for an arbitrary reason, you're going to get a fucked up answer.
Yep.
This guy is an asshole.
I think we're actually I think we're actually being nice to him at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a thing I want people to realize. There's this thing called WebCalc 2.0. Go in there, use it. Arbitrarily make the force a square value, and next thing you know, you will realize that the sun is going to have the mass of a fucking black hole. You're going to realize that you should be fucking squashed like a goddamn insect, and that not only do you weigh 150 kilograms, but now you weigh 150 kilograms times 150 kilograms at the exact same time.
Yep.
I got that. I'm really strong.
I'm really strong, and there's an inherent contradiction. There's an inherent contradiction with it. So essentially, this equation means that things can be two different things at the exact same time. Bullshit.
Okay, this bleeds over.
Well, he does it with language. Why shouldn't he do it with math? He does it with language. It's certainly part of his purview.
Well, certainly part of his habits, and they're not all that great.
Well, he's overqualified. He said that at the beginning. We covered the fact that he has declared himself overqualified for lots of things.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to look up that second word that he's using, or resistance equals delta force. Is this guy talking about a fucking movie at this point?
Yeah.
It would be the change in force divided by the momentum. He just didn't use the correct Greek letter for it.
I looked up delta force, and the first thing that came up in Wikipedia is something from the United States military.
Yeah.
This guy literally just made that shit up. I mean, there's a thing called delta V, but delta V is not equal to any fucking resistance.
Nope.
Well, I assume he's talking about the change in force, but derp.
All right, resistance is delta force, whatever the fuck that is, divided by momentum, except it isn't. Resistance has nothing to do with momentum. All right, here's the thing. In order to overcome a resistance, like, for example, if you have a wall or better yet, a tire on a road. So the resistance is traction, refusing to allow that tire to slip, which will allow you to move forward. Correct?
Right.
So if we have resistance is proportional to time contact, what this means is that if the tire only had 1 second to touch the ground, that means that the amount of traction that ground has at that point is wrong. No. If a tire were to spin on that ground, it would still have as much traction as it does because the ground doesn't arbitrarily change its composition with the amount of time that the tire has been contacting it.
That is an excellent way of putting that.
He's literally saying that if a tire hits a ground at 1 second, the road becomes as slick as ice. But if you have a tire that's just sitting on the road, it all of a sudden becomes asphalt. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And
No, I don't think he is.
And what the fuck is delta force?
I would think it would be a change of force applied, which would translate into a change of velocity.
Right, exactly. That's why he's saying, what the fuck is it? Because that's what it is, and there's a whole better way of doing that than this whole delta force thing.
Okay, moving on just a little bit. We can think of momentum like voltage and force like current, which is completely bass backwards, and actually, it doesn't even make any damn sense.
No, it doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
Okay. Momentum doesn't. All right, if you're already at speed, you are not spending any energy to maintain that momentum. Okay. So if you want to change your momentum, only then would you have to apply a force. Voltage is a form of energy. You're actually spending energy to generate voltage. The voltage doesn't just stay in the wire because reasons. So that's like plugging an extension cord into its own end and saying infinite power.
Have you seen that people have done that though?
Yes.
People have plugged a power strip into itself.
And then they think it, and they're wondering why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So momentum. In order to maintain momentum, as long as you're not going through a medium of any kind, you don't need to spend any energy. Voltage is energy by definition. Therefore, this guy's full of shit.
Yep. Current is the amount of pressure going through a system.
Pressure.
To put it in as simple a terms as possible. However, you cannot have voltage without a power source. That's why we have 9-volt batteries and not 9-volt chunks of copper wire.
I need to take a shit now.
It's not going to help.
We can mail it to him. Okay. No, we don't do that. Don't do that. Anybody that's listening, do not mail him back. Do not mail him packets of shit. He's just going to think that we're being trollish, and then we're going to get held accountable for it.
Go down to that notepad. The guy with the awful fucking handwriting. Go down to that notepad.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
right now.
He is calling himself a doctor.
Okay, hang on. F equals force. T is time of force. So force is on both sides of the equal sign. What a dipshit.
Okay, this gets better. Resistance is proportional to the time the contact occurs. Force is going to be involved as well. The material's resistance will likely be a function of the side. The units of resistance are likely seconds cubed divided by kilogram meters, but may differ depending on how many other factors besides force are taken into account in it. What the hell is a kilogram meter?
It's, what?
What the fuck is a kilogram meter?
Okay, here's the thing. There's no such thing as a kilogram. What does that mean? So for every meter you gain a kilogram or something like that?
Kilograms per meter.
Okay, so guys, listen. If you're driving your car 10 meters, you have gained 10 kilograms.
Yeah.
I don't know how. It's a mystery.
That's why you never use a scale while you're standing on a bus.
Yeah.
Right.
As soon as you start, you get on the bus from your home address. As soon as you arrive at the Chuck E. Cheese, you weigh as much as fucking Rasputia.
Okay, here we go. Then you won't need to be the Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
But you've gained a whole lot of mass in the meantime. Resistance can also be coined the nature slacker coefficient. I get.
Sure.
Yep. Sure. Why not?
I made some shit up. I get to name it.
It's like a planet. He gets to name it. He saw it first. He gets to name it.
Oh, yeah. And this is the 5th one. Imagine what numbers 1 through 4 look like.
Oh, 4 is magic.
Okay, since I already rammed that poorly drawn equation up his ass. Let's continue past it, because I'm tired of looking
Given
at
a force in a highly repulsive contact, well, a highly repulsive contact would actually be Nature Hacker, but I'm not going to go there right now.
Yeah.
You can generate a higher momentum change or impulse.
Burn.
An example of this is pushing a boulder. Not only does your hand need to push the boulder, but so does your arm, your torso, your leg, your foot, and the earth, etc., etc., etc.
No!
Right? There was only one cumulative force being applied. And where did the earth come into it? Isn't that the friction that allows for the push?
So that's the friction that resists the push.
Okay, here's the thing. Both the boulder and the person doing the pushing are on the earth, you dipshit.
Unless you're doing it in microgravity. But that requires sending him into space. Maybe we should strap him to the outside of the rocket without a spacesuit. That would probably work. I wonder how long he survived. Well, at least he gets.
I actually had to. I had to think through the idea that he had just switched from one level where there is no atmosphere. He's not talking about resistance in the sense that we understand it. He's on a whole other plane, and then he follows us back to Earth with this comment, and I was genuinely shocked by the my mind snapped back into place with the whole. Wait a minute, what? I thought we were in space for a second there, and now we're on the planet Earth. But now your word resistance means shit again. You're completely using it wrong.
I just want to point out a comment that Zach said. So then if you travel in reverse, you can lose a lot of weight. Guess what, guys? Introducing the new method for losing weight. Are you a fat tub of shit? Well, don't worry. How you can solve that issue. Hi, Billy Mays here for the reverse.
Okay.
Just point your Toyota in the other direction.
Kaiser, no one is pissing at a bottle. I think Art poured himself into the drink. It's only 3 in the afternoon here. I'm tempted to go get the Scotch bottle now.
It's 6 o'clock here. I have been entitled.
I just want you to know you owe me Scotch for making me look at this shit.
Exactly. I could not conceive of going through this stone sober.
I mean, I would be watching donkey porn right now if it wasn't for you dragging me away, because that is more watchable than this shit.
Well,
once you've seen a donkey show, you pretty much feel bad for the donkey.
Exactly.
You know what, Reg? You get your butt up here, and I will be more than happy to split a bottle of Scotch with you.
You know what? I'm going to hold you to that deal.
I'll bring the donkey.
Okay, where are we? Not only does your hand need to push the boulder, but so does your arm, your toes, your torso. Oh yeah, we already went past that part.
Yeah.
Another example is a bullet leaving a gun. Wow. Okay. The gas molecule.
This gets so much better.
The gas molecule pushing the bullet needs to push on the gas molecule behind it, and that one on the one behind it, etc. And that molecule on the gun on the hand, etc. This is not how it works.
No.
First off, you're not talking about one molecule pushing the freaking round out, and a bullet is a bullet is a little bit of lead at the end.
Yeah, by his commentary, bullets don't work in space, and you need a gun to fire one. And I can say from my addled youth that is absolutely not true.
Basically, the way a bullet works is that it relies on a sudden expansion of gases. Now, what could possibly be doing that? Let's see. Could it possibly be this little powdery substance?
Yeah, that couldn't possibly be the ignition of an oxidized substance.
Let me see. Okay, so I have here a 38 special round. Let's see what we got here. It says Winchester. I wonder if there's an ingredients tab on here. Let's see. Look at that. 153 grain. So it takes a powdery substance known as gunpowder. Interesting how this shit works.
Yep. The whole bullet, the whole cartridge weighs. The bullet itself weighs 153 grains. The amount of powder behind that would probably be something on the neighborhood of 5 to 10 grains at most.
The conclusion of this law is that since force can be applied for non-zero time, whatever the fuck that means, we know that repulsive force exists throughout the universe, and therefore the universe is a closed. What the? No! No! That is horse shit right there. Absolutely not.
Is this your first reading of this?
No, he said this shit before in my hangout, but
Because I was gonna say you're also doing an awesome job of reading this dribble.
This is that the universe is not a closed system. That is bullshit. Okay, this motherfucker doesn't know the difference between open and closed system. If the universe was a closed system, no work can be done.
Okay.
Oh my god.
But he says that Occam's razor gives us the conclusion that the universe or systems of universes are infinite in all directions and are quote-unquote full. There is no void into infinity.
What?
Where did he? Yeah, infinite and full. That's Occam's razor's point?
No.
Infinite and full?
Infinite and full. The hotel with infinite rooms but no vacancy.
Okay, so he's been kind enough to provide sources. And this is physicsforums.com, and this is looks like a forum post.
I will admit to not having read anything that he linked to because I was scared enough.
Okay. I want to know who discovered the formulas for momentum and impulse. That's all I really want to know. It would be nice if someone would reply to this. Thanks. The answer to the question is the impulse-momentum relation is derived from Newton's second law. It's also not clear to me at what point Galileo already knew about momentum being mass times velocity. Also, Descartes had a role in it. It even goes back earlier, according to a reference on a Wikipedia entry, the one for momentum. Ibn Sina, who lived around the year 1000 AD, said he considered impetus as proportional to weight times velocity. Avicenna was later to be given the title of father of momentum. In other words, his conception of impetus comes very close to the concept of momentum of Newtonian mechanics. And no, this guy didn't go back to check it. But that is his entire source. That is every word from his source.
Well,
okay.
he is overqualified, so you have to understand that that's all he really needed to cite. He's overqualified.
Okay. Tesla made this.
He is a Bachelor of Science, 6 degrees in nutrition, and a chemistry minor, mechanical engineer, which basically has a physics minor.
This guy has a engineering degree. He is either the dumbest fuck to get an engineering degree, or he's lying out his ass.
Yeah.
Our thinking at this point is he's lying out of his ass. He's looking towards an informal PhD in nutrition. And we say university.
When he says minor in chemistry and a major in nutrition.
I sent you from me.
I don't know where you guys might have gone to college, but do those sound like things you would minor and major in at my school? I went to Indiana University, and I can't imagine that the chemistry program would allow somebody to use them as a minor unless the classes that he had to take to get his nutrition degree, whether or not they offer one, I don't know, just happened to coincide with him getting a minor in chemistry.
You can get a degree as a nutritionist, but you still have to be licensed, and he's obviously not. That requires a test. That requires you to take a test.
Yeah, I don't.
It's from his page. He says, I have Bachelor of Science degrees in nutrition with a chemistry minor and mechanical engineer, which basically has a physics minor. Right now, I am studying for my informal PhD in nutritional chemistry. also, after I completed my nutrition degree, I worked at the University of Arizona for 5 years in molecular biology.
Yeah, I think he's full of shit there.
Yeah,
he's
I
gotta
do
be
too.
full of shit.
Because keep in mind, this guy obviously doesn't know what a closed system is because
Or a closed sentence.
Yeah, the universe is not a closed system. You can't have force on both sides of the equal sign, you dipshit. And not only that, but resistance. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Okay, so
he definitely has a creative use for that word.
Here is source number 2. Tesla made the aether an engineerable reality.
What?
Yeah.
You can
Pretty
see the
much
picture.
Anything with a cartoon is going to be solid. I think that's demonstrable.
Okay. Only the existence of a force field can account for the motions of bodies as observed, and its assumption dispenses with space curvature.
Force field.
A field of force is what's actually written here.
A field of force. Okay.
A field of force.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. A field of force, I guess, could kind of be okay, but in science, we use what's known as sphere of influence, and that revolves around gravity.
Yeah, which is actually defined as the as curvature of space-time around an object.
Yeah, around an object of mass. That is exactly correct. And this guy, well, like I said, he's a play on words, so who the fuck knows what he actually means?
Yeah, no, seriously, he's a Bruggencate. He just changes the meaning of the word to suit whatever the fuck he's trying to babble about.
Kage, I just want you to know that I kind of hate you right now for making me.
Well, you know what? You can hate on me later by finding something that's just so badly written that I'm going to want to grab the red pen of doom.
Oh, don't worry. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to search online for the most stupid shit that I can find to the point where you would want to sodomize yourself with a red-hot poker.
You mean I don't already?
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's a good point. Okay.
What makes you say that doesn't happen every Thursday?
Touche.
After all, this is Wednesday.
Well, then of course we have Friday. Actually, Catherine was kind enough to put the link to his About Me in here.
Oh.
What's not to love about Lovely?
Okay.
What did I do?
You put it up.
You were you, and that's what we love about you.
Hang on. Can I start? Can I start this?
Oh,
okay,
please. Carry on.
So he starts off with actually he's missing the beginning. Okay, so I'll state the beginning and then we'll read. I am the nature hacker. That's literally how he starts this video. I am the nature hacker. Welcome to the Nature Hacker community. My contact info along with my book, The Nature Hacker's Guide to the Body, and monthly subscriber info is in the shipping and extra selection, or section. Yeah. Also, don't miss the forum, a great place to interact with me and others in the community. Okay, that's painful right now.
Yes.
That would have been painful a long time ago. I smoke.
Exactly. Okay, first I want to clear up the name. People sometimes get a negative reaction to the word hacker, and I think I am someone who wants to exploit and destroy nature. Well...
No, just humans.
See, about wanting to exploit and destroy nature, I think what would accurately define what this guy is doing is misrepresenting nature.
Well, he's exploiting nature to destroy humans.
See, nature is under no obligation to conform to the bullshit that you pull out of your ass. And this guy is doing just that. He is misrepresenting nature to try and sell you bullshit. And how is this guy not arrested right now?
I genuinely feel like he's a high-functioning schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the narcissism, but he's capable of functioning in a YouTube world, internet planet, and he has found a way to capitalize on his psychosis. I mean, there's a Poisoning the Well video that covers this, and I'll try to do something sometime as soon as I figure that out. But
well, when you figure
that
it out,
covers a guy that is almost obviously schizophrenic, but what he has to say is what he's and how he says it is so convincing and so real to him, and I think that's what we're dealing with here. I mean, this guy is nutty.
What the real definition of hacker is someone who has fun and plays to learn. Playing is nature's method of learning. Bullshit. Bullshit. Playing is nature's method of learning. How about this? If I touch a hot stove and I hurt myself, and then I learn from experience that I shouldn't fucking do that in the future, was I playing? Did I still learn something? Your argument is invalid. Hacking, in this context, means to fully grasp or understand through playful interactions. Okay, so basically, by not being serious in the slightest, you can figure shit out.
And playing with people's health.
Yeah, basically, break out the crayons and Legos. You'll figure out the wonders of the universe. You won't have to do.
Here's concentrated selenium for $50.
Yep.
All right. In this way, hacking also means to gain a hidden understanding. What the fuck? Okay. Anyway, to see beyond the code, to be able to read the code of nature and understand exactly how and why everything works the way it does.
I feel like we're the ones that are seeing beyond the code here.
Yeah, no shit.
Beyond the code. I want him to break that down for me, because I can just imagine the amount of clusterfuck that's going to make for the next hangout we have. Because I do realize that there might be a part 2 to this because of just how much shit this guy has typed.
Oh, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Healing. Okay, healing can only be accomplished through and through understanding of how nature functions and what rules she follows and she imposes. I guess that's kind of true.
It's through a thorough understanding, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so for once I found a sentence that isn't full of shit. and how long have we been doing this before we came across that gem?
And pointing it out makes it officially noteworthy.
All right, so trying to go against these rules will get us nowhere, so we need to discover what those rules are in order to fix the problems with ourselves and with our interactions with the world. Then why the fuck are you pulling shit out of your ass that goes against nature itself, you dishonest fuck? Oh my goodness. Oh, massive face palmage there, because that is so ironic.
Yeah, he's a sociopath.
What the fuck? Unless this guy thinks that he's fucking Jesus and is making up the rules of that he makes up the rules of nature. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's a narcissistic sociopath. I know one.
Trying to go against. He doesn't. Let me just highlight. You know, he types out trying to go against these rules as if he is not guilty of it.
Right.
Well, of course he's not. He's a nature hacker, didn't you know?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He can pass judgment on every one of us and accomplish nothing because that's what he set out to do.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go grab a beer. I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds.
See, actually, he's on the same time zone you are. There, Art.
Oh well, good for him.
Yeah. I could have sworn there was a Mrs. Art. Oh well.
It's too bad he's not on the same schedule.
Well, he's got his own things that he does. I'm not sure, but I think he might have been late because he was doing something else. And
if that includes a job,
holy
that's cool.
Fuck. All right, then. So where the fuck are we? Okay. All right, hang on one second.
I took on.
Okay.
I love how you treat this. I love how you treat this conversation like a lit cigarette you left burning in an ashtray.
Yes, seriously. Okay. I took on the name Nature Hacker, originally to remember Aaron Swartz. I think if I pronounce it Swartz. An excellent example of altruistic, idealistic person who was a master at his craft. What was his craft? I gotta look that. I'm gonna look it up right now. That was
I think he made windmills or something.
And met a very untimely death. His memory will always live on. So Google search that name and see who we have here.
Here we go.
Hacktivist. He's a hacktivist. That's what he defines himself.
That's a word.
Apparently, he coined it.
He can have it. Does he ask for credit?
Oh, good. There's a Wikipedia. Go click on the Wikipedia page.
American computer programmer, entrepreneur, writer, political organizer, and internet activist. He was involved in the development of the web feed format RSS and the Markdown publishing format. The organization created Commons, the website framework web.py, which is Python, and the social news site Reddit, in which he became a partner after its merger with his company, Ogami.
All right, Swartz's work also focused on civic awareness and activism to help launch Progressive Change Campaign Committee in 2009 to learn more about effective online activism. In 2010, he became a research fellow at Harvard University SAFRA Research Lab on institutional corruption directed at Lawrence whatever the fuck that last name is.
Lessig.
Well, like I said, you know these last names, I don't. He founded an online group, Demand Progress, known for its campaigning against the Stop Online Piracy Act, which was a piece of shit act. Okay. Oh, on January 6, 2011, Swartz was arrested by MIT police on state breaking and entering charges after connecting a computer to an MIT network in an unmarked and unlocked closet and setting it to download academic journal articles systematically from JSTOR using a guest user account issued to him by MIT. Federal prosecutors later charged him with 2 counts of wire fraud and 11 violations of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, carrying a cumulative maximum penalty of $1 million in fines and 35 years in prisons.
Asset forfeiture, restitution, the correct usage of the word, I might add, and supervised release. He committed suicide while under federal indictment for data theft, a prosecution that was characterized by his family as being the product of a criminal justice system rife with intimidation and prosecutorial overreach. He declined a plea bargain, which he would have served 6 months in federal prison. 2 days after the prosecution rejected the counteroffer, he was found dead in his Brooklyn apartment where he'd hanged himself.
So that's where Nature Hacker is getting his name, apparently. Because
who am I? So who is Nature Hacker?
Resistance? A Renaissance man?
Well put.
Wait a minute, Renaissance man? Are you fucking me right now?
No, what was the word he used to describe Renaissance man?
I read that already. That he's a polymath and a Renaissance.
A person of wide-ranging knowledge or learning. I would
What was it? Poly what?
Polymath. I would qualify as a polymath, but then I actually have
I love language. I'm not gonna be afraid to use that in the future, but I can't think that I would ever use it in reference to him.
Okay, let me go ahead and read this part, because then after that I'm actually going to haul ass to Sebring, because I got better shit to do than read this guy's dribble.
That's okay. We'll invite you back for the next one.
Oh, I fucking hate you. All right,
it's a love-hate thing. You got to admit it.
My interests are very similar to a man that lived in ancient Egypt, known as the Imhotep.
Known as Imhotep.
Imhotep by the Egyptians and Joseph by the Hebrews. Basically, my interests are in all sciences, especially in basic science, the sciences chemistry and physics, the only science that exists in my opinion. Chemistry is the study of what the fuck opposite react. Really? That's what chemistry
Yep,
is.
that's a thing.
Are you fucking kidding me? And physics is the science of spinning. Wait a minute. Physics is the science of spinning.
Yes.
Let me repeat that one more time. Physics is the science of spinning. So those are my interests. I am particularly interested on how both chemistry and physics apply to the body and biology as a whole. Where isn't that just fucking adorable?
You know, spinning on the body. It's important.
Spinning.
The effects of spinning on the body, apparently, is his main focus.
Dizzy. That's called getting dizzy, you dick. Okay, yeah.
And that's a function of gravity, by the way.
I am fucking done with this. No, that's it.
So that is my formal education, but that is the tip of the iceberg because I take my informal education much more seriously. I have read thousands of scientific papers over the years in my free time, with a hyphen. Some people like reading fantasy or mystery books. I read textbooks and scientific journals for fun. Obviously not because you've proven with beyond a reasonable doubt that you have no fucking clue what you're on about.
Right now I'm studying for my informal PhD in nutritional chemistry.
Hovend.
Yeah.
Kent Hovend.
Basically, Malin Hovend.
Yeah.
Malin Hovend. That's what we call it.
Patriot University.
Yep. Right now, I am studying for my informal PhD in nutritional chemistry. Yeah, tell me how that fucking works. Okay. Also, I completed my nutrition degree. No fucking period or comma there. Just
Because words.
Yeah, because words. I worked at the University of Arizona for 5 years in molecular biology. Bull fucking shit. I think anyone would have a hard time saying I haven't mastered science in general. Oh, really? No. Really fucking
Catherine, how do you feel about him having mastered?
Oh, I know it's hard to grade him.
I'm going to say this one thing, and then I'm just going to leave on that note. I think anyone would have a hard time saying I haven't mastered science in general.
Yeah. He thinks a lot of things. Unfortunately, they're all wrong.
He's also mastered grammar, spelling, word usage.
He wouldn't even get out of high school writing like this. He'd barely make it through the 6th grade.
Hey, can he play football? If he can play football, he can graduate with this.
All right, Kage, I just want to say thank you for showing me the typed-up version of ass cancer. I'm gonna have an awesome drive all the way to Sebring, banging my face against the steering wheel, and then everyone outside's gonna be hearing beep, beep, beep. Yeah, I'm out of here.
Is there an audio version of? Is there an audio version of his book for like $6?
Oh, God, no.
Actually, we probably, you know what? Honestly, we'd probably be able to go to his channel and all the information would be there. Him reading it out in video form.
Yeah, I really want the audio book of this.
Yeah, I don't. I'm out of here.
All right, we'll catch up later, Red. We'll try 1 to 4 sometime. That'll be great.
Pleasure. That was great.
Doesn't he just love me?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the emotions were obviously overflowing there, and I think we all felt it.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, he goes on and on and on about that. All right, so we can click that off. This was his traffic on his website. I don't have much more than that. 43,644.
But it doesn't show over what period. There was some peak over there somewhere, I don't know when, because it doesn't show the months, but it was some time ago.
Okay. Night, Mellow. We'll chat you later. All right. Since we appear to have misplaced our first guest since he had to go do something, I will open the opportunity for anybody else that would like to speak on this to the chat. Anybody that wants a link can get one.
Any takers? Don't challenge us.
You can join in. You're certainly welcome to join in. I know we have some viewers still. All right. I think most of the actual viewers have wandered off by now. They've already figured out this guy is completely out of his freaking mind.
Well, it would be hard to say that hasn't happened.
Okay. Now we get to the conspiracy theory part.
Which isn't even my favorite, because my favorite is really the grammar, because damn. But this is still good.
Are you, Zaxter, are you seriously trying to get a copy of his book or something?
I so want to read that.
If you are, then let me know, and we'll drag you in here for a reading, because I would really be amused. Okay. So now we have a bunch of search terms. Now we have a bunch of search terms that he turned into a title: hoax, scam, conspiracy, germ-free. B12 is a hot topic. Why? Because vegans are scared into thinking they need to take it every day, or else they'll get anemia.
What?
The controlled opposition counters that argument by saying their gut microbiome makes it so they don't need a supplement. Well, they'd be right. You don't. You have a bunch of microbiota that reproduces and dies on a regular basis. The actual waste products from what you eat is a very small component of your actual fecal matter. Most of it is the dead bacteria that flush themselves out. And it says both groups are dead wrong. Well, apparently this isn't going to be a sales pitch, is it?
I'll bet there's a reason to buy a product coming up.
Oh, I'm sure. It's probably way down at the bottom, though, so that we have that. Not only do we not need to take a B12 supplement, oh, maybe not, but also the gut bacteria does not produce B12. In fact, the gut bacteria steals B12 from our bodies. How can this be?
You don't need a supplement, and this is happening.
Can we not need to take B12 how can we not need to take B12 when our gut bacteria doesn't make it? Duh, because we make it, silly. Humans can always make B12 all by ourselves. Some hints that this is the case, you will notice that when the quote-unquote experts say the body stores B12 for years to the liver, this is total BS. In the same breath, they will tell you we need B vitamins every day because they are water-soluble and therefore excreted in the urine. B12 is a water-soluble B vitamin, but how come it can last for years in the body? It makes no sense. That does make sense when you realize it is made daily in the liver, and that's why levels can be maintained there for years. I don't even know.
Yeah,
I have no idea where any of that came from. None.
Yeah, that's just...
I don't even know.
J.K. Rowling is jealous of that.
So if we don't need to take B12, then what about pernicious anemia? Were those cases just fake? Of course not. They were real. But it's just like scurvy. Humans can make vitamin C, but they can't always make enough. Actually, the gene for making vitamin C in higher order primates is switched off. We do need to have a source of vitamin C.
I'm impressed that you know that. Kudos on the research to establish that fact, because I had no idea, but I wouldn't have guessed that we were capable of making it on our own, like vitamin D.
Well, we can make vitamin D just by hanging out in some UV light for a while.
Right.
Yeah. Not a lot of sun, but some, and then we get vitamin D in the milk and all that crap. It does fun things like prevent rickets and other such neat shit.
Right. That's why I say I knew that the reason that they called them limey was because the English were the first ones to start traveling with limes on their ships to keep them from getting scurvy. So
most animals can make vitamin C on their own, especially the carnivores.
I did not know that.
All right, have fun there, Zax. Especially carnivores, because they don't go eating oranges and shit off trees.
I knew we couldn't, but the fact that most carnivores can, that's weird.
Well, no, most carnivores can. A lot of omnivores can't, and I'm not aware of any. I don't know about all that many herbivores that can. At least anything that lives in a tree. But
that's very specific knowledge.
Chimps can't make vitamin C. Bonobos don't.
Birds.
I'm not sure about birds. I'm pretty sure birds can actually.
Which is weird because
we can't. Most of the great apes can't.
I was not aware that any animal can produce their own vitamin C.
Well, if
that
you're
is
a carnivore,
news to me.
You have to have vitamin C to survive, but you don't eat fruits, citric acid. You don't eat it. So you would have to get it from somewhere.
Right.
And you wouldn't get enough in animal muscle tissue to actually keep you alive. So you'd have to have something.
Yeah, no, I understand it in humans. I wasn't aware that was something that was even possible. That there were animals that produced it, that just produced their own.
That's why we have that's why where you have in areas where you have fruit trees, the animals that generally tend to live up there like to eat them.
Sure.
Because they're tasty and they make more and they are a source of vitamin C. But if you overtake vitamin C, you're going to wind up with you can take enough vitamin C for it to be toxic.
Sure.
And vitamin C will flush out of the body through the kidneys. So if you take way too much and the body has to try and eliminate it, then you're stressing your kidneys.
Are they a cause of stones? On a completely random tangent.
I don't know. I don't actually have an answer for that. I do know that we have a gene for it, but it's switched off. When you eat too much methionine, B12. However, just like how vitamin C can be made by humans from, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
Come on, you've been doing so well.
Glucuronolacetone.
Good enough for us.
I don't think
it's good enough for who it's for.
I'm actually going to look that up. I have no idea what the hell that is. Okay. It's a naturally occurring chemical, is an important structural component for nearly all connective tissues. It's also found in many plant gums. Carbon 6, hydrogen 8, oxygen 6. So let's go back to our thing here.
All right.
However, B12 can be made by humans from cobalt and other things. The key here is that B12 is made from cobalt. We just need to get enough cobalt in the diet, and we will make the B12 we need. Roughly 20 micrograms a day is enough. 20 micrograms. That's not a whole lot.
That's not much.
But 20 micrograms seems like it could be a little on the excessive side. The papers below prove my point. Paper 1 shows that microbes steal more B12 from the body than they produce. Paper 4 corroborates that and says that B vitamins found in the gut is not because gut bacteria makes it. Same amounts of vitamins are found in guts with no bacteria as guts with bacteria. You're not going to get, MMA Association Willie. Is that you, MMA? Well, you turned up last week, if I remember correctly. Was that you? Okay, excellent, outstanding. Give me just a second, because again, you know more about this about this shit that I do, and probably anybody, probably Catherine or I, you can lend us a paw here. Give me a second. Let me grab that for you. You want it on the MMA artist thing? Good. Just grab it again here because I've done some copy and paste since then. Yeah, clicky that off. All right. Okay, you should have that now. You should have that in just a moment. Paper 2 shows that proper cobalt ingestion levels, proper cobalt ingestion maintains proper B12 levels, which too much cobalt lowering B12. Is that even English? It looks like it's words, but it doesn't parse.
It did sound like words.
It sounded like appropriate. It sounded like words.
It sounded like words.
Words, but that made no sense at all.
No, schizophrenic babble.
And of course, he didn't put them in order, and he doesn't show us the links. He just gives us the links for the papers.
Right.
Saying B12 is an essential vitamin is like saying heme iron. Whatever heme iron is B13, and it's an essential vitamin. We all know that is crazy. We just need to eat iron, and our body can integrate it into a heme molecule. I think he means hemoglobin.
I do too. I think he's being catchy with his language, trying to be hip.
Well, he has to know how to write first, and that's not the case here.
Well, yes, I think it would help if he understood the definitions of words.
Same with B12. We just need to get enough cobalt, and our body can integrate it into the same type of heme group to make B12. B12 is not a vitamin. Cobalt is an essential mineral. Oh, okay. Well, you can explain that to me when you drop in there. When you drop in MMA, I sent to MMA Artist 141 to a link to get into the chat. Or do you need me to send it to the account you're using now? Give it a second.
Catherine, how's the weather?
What?
How's the weather?
Yes, that's the one I sent it to. Yes, MMA, that's where I sent it to.
Yeah, is it sunny? Well, no. Yeah, is it clear?
Dark already, but it's clear.
It's actually beautiful here. Our April has been colder than our January was.
Which is kind of terrifying. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, no. Inverting those months makes things a little tricky. We had the shortest possible magnolia bloom season. It lasted about 22 hours.
Ow!
All the trees bloomed the same day, and all of them died from the same frost.
Ouch!
It stayed below freezing for almost 2 days after they bloomed.
My condolences.
That's really dry air around here.
Okay, so MMA will be in a minute.
Oh my God!
And he can help you.
Again, you were supposed to move on to the Holy Ghost at this point. You started with Jesus. You went to God. You were supposed to say, "Oh my Holy Ghost."
Okay, Holy Mary. He read somewhere that it contains the biochemically rare element cobalt. And
yeah,
then
that was a Wikipedia link.
That he thinks that it substitutes vitamin B12?
He thinks that we can make vitamin B12 if we take enough cobalt.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm back to Jesus.
Again, the progression is the Holy Trinity. You need to finish with the Holy Ghost in there somewhere.
Okay, hey MMA, how you doing? You can take your mic off anytime. Don't make me intentionally unmute you. Come on, MMA.
MMA, hello.
Come on.
One moment. Hold on.
Okay.
So hold on. Just give me a refill on what's the claims here. And also, can you link me the website?
All right. Give me a second for the website.
Oh my goodness, there's so much.
And a pasty thing here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I miss your t-shirt, MMA.
And the claim is at the very top. And this is from 8/18 of 2015.
2015. NatureHacker products.
Yeah, we've been poking around his site for a little while. He had a whole thing on his fifth law of motion. We haven't read 1 to 4 yet, obviously. That's going to be for part 2, or probably maybe part 3.
Does he go through 1 through 3, or does he just? I thought he just had 4 and 5. Well, 5 and 4.
I know there's at least 4 and 5.
Right. Yeah. Because 4 is not less of anything that he has proposed. It is. He doubles down on the weird and the random and the abuse of the language, and it is a masterpiece to behold.
Oh, apparently I don't know. Apparently he didn't see. A Water of the Rock is Water of the Rock.
That's a thing.
Which he mentioned in his I think it was his book thing. No, he only covers 4 and 5 apparently.
Right, that's what I thought.
We'll get that one in a minute.
It's funny because he calls it advanced Newtonian.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
It's advanced Newtonian physics. That what he's doing.
I pulled all 4 papers. The first one, let's see, excretion of vitamin B12 deficient, germ-free and conventional rats. I can't even get to this because I have no way to access it. I can access this issue. Computer I'm currently using for 30 days for $40. Access all content in the Journal of Nutrition from this computer for $25, or I can regain access. I don't know what this journal is. I've never actually met it. That was his #1 source.
Seems legit.
Point well made.
This is germ-free cobalt in the microbiology of digestion by some guy called Jeffrey Bourne. It's actually just a page reference behind the ebook for $60 plus whatever taxes.
Well, I'm still reading for the website, and it's a bit of a headache.
Notice.
Yeah.
This
is certainly anything he has written.
At birth,
is a
there
headache.
are no organisms in the intestinal tract unless there has been a small degree of dimensional contamination.
Okay. The reference, the footnotes on this page, the most recent one here is from 1950. And we all know what I think of shit that's way the hell out of date.
Yeah.
Yeah,
again, typically want something within the last 5 years is typically what you want.
Again, he's Kent Hovind. He has stolen his technique.
The Kindle edition. This is Biochemistry and Physiology of Nutrition, Volume 2. This guy published it apparently in December of 2012. But the text from the book looks like it's actually much older, and it's actually a print replica.
Replica. Oh, you can't get the replica. So it's like a maybe like a preview, maybe of the.
Well,
book.
no, it was on Google. The original was a Google Books link.
Yeah.
And hang on, we're going back to it now. There we go. There it is in the thing.
How come he says that at birth there are no organisms in the intestinal tract unless there has been a small degree of prenatal contamination?
But he's talking about infants there, and no, that's really not true. But the microbiome, that's why you have milk.
And mom.
Infants, and mom has all those microbiomes for herself. Here is the New Zealand Journal of Agricultural Research. I'm not sure where this actually comes from. Cobalt dosed lamb, and it looks like it's downloaded. This was downloaded April 2016 for a blog post that was. Oh, that's right. I downloaded it. It was also first published January of 2012. And they have 5 citations and 62 views. And this particular piece is from 1959.
It's 2 weeks in a row we're dealing with some ancient shit.
Well, last week it was way more ancient.
Sure enough, but this is still some antique fucking shit.
There is the last of them.
So,
This is a page that is cited.
oh, shit, hold on.
That seems likely.
So hold on. Go to where it's cited again. Is it the university page? And then type in or copy and paste the paper into the search bar, and you might be able to find it if they've moved it elsewhere. But sometimes that does happen, and it is a pain in the ass.
Okay.
I hate it when they move things around.
This is paper 3. Okay.
So.
I don't actually have. Do I have the title? January 09 De Silva article. PG _ January 09 _ DA Silva article. PDF. I don't know what it's actually called.
These papers are apparently for the claim that B12 isn't a vitamin.
Yeah.
Ow, that hurt my nose more than anything else. Ow.
What?
I slapped my face and it hurt my nose more than anything else. Ow.
Okay. So, here is the claim. His original claim was in his little booklet thingy, a 5-page little sales pamphlet, and that we don't actually need our microbiota at all.
So we don't need... What, sorry?
The microbiota in our gut.
Microbiome, yeah.
You don't need
and
it.
he said that they don't need vitamin.
Gut flora. We need no gut flora.
Oh, fuck me up the arse.
No, I will not.
Well, depends on whose dick I'm using.
That took me a few minutes to actually register what I was.
Yeah, no gut flora.
We don't need gut flora. There's a good and I mentioned this to Jade West before. There's a good book, and he was at this lecture at the American Society for Microbiology, and is promoting his book about a lot of research he's done and sort of others, and it's talking about human evolution. You have what's it called? Not actual humanoid evolution, but throughout how culture has changed and so forth. That we're using more sanitizers and so forth, different diets, and so forth. That we're actually, his hypothesis, if I'm not mistaken, was that our microbiome is declining in diversity, and that some of them are very important for like controlling obesity and so forth and other things. I disagree with him somewhat on his hypothesis, but I can see where he's coming from, and he does cite in this lecture that he's giving different lines of evidence to go with. I'll pull it up and so forth in some of his publications, but that one in particular rings a bell to me when this guy's saying that our microbiome doesn't play a role in, in our health.
Okay, I want you to read here from the top of the screen here in the chat. I want you to read this off real quick.
On the idea that, so I'm reading this table.
Yeah.
Okay. The idea here is that microbes, environmental toxins, and the lack of nutrients are what cause all problems and diseases in the body. Genetics do come into play, however, the root cause of genetic problems is virus. Problems is virus. That just doesn't. I don't like how that rubs off.
No, we've already ripped this one a new ass, but I wanted to make sure that you had a firm grasp on what we're actually talking about, what he's thinking.
Yeah. So supporting genetic from virus, Jesus Christ. So supporting genetic defects is important, but that will not cure your problem. But eliminating the virus will. Microbes and environmental toxins, or toxins come from bioorganisms, both affect the body in similar ways. Both of these strain the body's detox pathways. Jesus Christ. Hold on, I'm gonna read that again. Microbes and environmental toxins both affect the body's. Okay. Keep going. Which lead to allergies, sickness, immune dysfunction, anything you can think of. And they play off each other. When the immune system is depressed, you are more prone to infections. Oh, true. But there's other causes of that, not being depressed. Or does it mean suppressed? And when your body is busy fighting infections, it doesn't have any juice to detox. What the fuck? Detox environment? No. Fuck. Which then makes it more susceptible to infection, etc. Holy Jesus Christ. So obviously, to stop the cycle, we need to reverse and prevent infection. Support nutritional requirements, promote detox. Fucking hell. And support our body's detox pathway. Truly, that is all you have to do.
Let me scroll down a little bit, just a little bit more.
Does he think the body has a limited amount of capacity to deal with pathogens and so forth? Where am I up to?
I think he means it has no capacity for dealing with any.
Yeah. Yeah, like if I get a vaccine to help promote not innate innate memory. No, hold on, innate's the first response. The immune memory. Don't tip my tongue. It's immune memory, but I'm forgetting the technical term. Anyway, and that if I get a vaccine to boost that, then all of a sudden I can't, like my kidney can't do what it's meant to do, like it can't separate, if you filter out, toxins and so forth. Is that what he's trying to get at here?
We don't know.
Like, fuck. Righto. Support nutritional requirements, promote detox, and support the body's detox pathways. You said that twice. Truly, that is what. Oh, I read that. Holy fuck, where am I up to?
Truly.
Truly, that is all you have to do. If you do that, you will live a long and healthy life until at least your 100 teens. Fuck, where you will die in no pain or anxiety. Well, in case you'll run over or something, maybe, with a smile on your face. Jesus Christ. That is a goal. That is the goal. Yeah, that's a nice way to go. And that is the guaranteed destination if we just take simple care of the body. Well, there's some things you can't fucking control, like, I don't know, exposure to radiation, ionizing radiation, for example. Or you get fucking run over by
all that
a bus.
kind of shit.
Yeah. I mean, or fucking you get Ebola or some shit, I mean, you think that's unlikely, but it might happen.
Okay. Skip down to the first couple sentences of the next paragraph, because right now this is just gonna. He's just gonna beg for money for a second here.
Yeah, I saw right on his website, right next to it's this fucking donate button. The first step to achieving this goal is reducing or eliminating microbes. Oh, fucking hell. There is no such thing as benefiting microbes in the body. All microbes produce carcinogens, not all, and put oxidative stress on the body. Does he even know what oxidate means?
No.
Fuck.
No.
We've
discovered that he just throws words out at random.
The only reason probiotics seem good, well, I'm not the biggest fan of probiotics. I mean, having a glass of Yakult, as addictive as that shit is, I love it. I know it's not going to do any benefit to me because it'll literally be shut out the next day, but it seemed good with the. The only reason why probiotics seem good is because they didn't compare it to the body that has been cleaned of microbes. Compared to random bacteria, probiotics are possibly good, but compared to no bacteria, probiotics are carcinogenic and stressful.
Okay. We're good from there. I'm going to show you just one more thing up here in a minute while you're working while you're trying to
process.
Process that shit.
That is a proper way of putting it. You got to digest that shit, because
no
please stop digesting this kind of stuff.
It is more than a mouthful, and you need an opportunity to chew on it.
Okay. Again, he's doing the whole thing here. Let's see.
I have to get some exact cases of different bacteria, but yeah, I mean, shit. To say that there's no good bacteria in your microbiome is batty as shit, and and even if you try to detox, or not detox, I hate that word. If you try to get rid of your microbiome, it's just going to be replaced like the next day, not even that, hours. As long as you keep eating, you're going to have the introduction of, and then they'll just evolve in there. Fuck. Righto.
Hold on, let me grab something here real quick. I just need to, over here, because the search tools aren't working because this is shit.
Wait, are you having my problems now?
No, it's that the PDF you use, the search function for the Firefox plugin is absolutely friggin' useless.
What do you want?
I'm looking for the place where I'm looking for the spot where he claims that For $10 a month, you essentially get an overqualified doctor.
Okay.
Isn't she lovely?
I am lovely.
That is exactly what I meant when I said it.
Yeah, I was trying to find that book and the lecture from the author and his lab, because was it missing microbes? Missing.
Where?
I'll take care of this, Carlos. Oh no.
Yeah, that's it. Get here, you fucker.
I tried to search for life
there
without
it goes.
microbes, and I got nothing on a Google search for life without microbes.
Okay, here you go, guys. Here's where he said it. Basically, you get your very own overqualified doctor for only $10 a month. You get a link to all of his books. That's part of his sales blurb for signing up to be a monthly supporter.
Basically, that's basically what you get.
But at the top of the page, he says it's not intended that nothing on the site is intended to be used as medical advice.
Which is basically the same as having him.
Nothing.
No doctor. Okay.
Well put. I agree.
So now you know the claim. Let's go back to the article. Or what he seems to think is an article.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's flagellant.
I had read it here a little while ago, going over, and he spent the better part of an hour going over a different article on fifth law of motion, and he's not pleased with me at the moment.
All your guests seem to feel punished.
Well, I just want to share briefly, if I can. So the bloke, his book is Missing Microbes, and he is at the New York University School of Medicine, and the Department of Microbiology, and his book, yeah, I was right. So his basic hypothesis is, I'll just read a little thing. Why are obesity, juvenile diabetes, and asthma increasing? It is something in the environment or in modern lifestyle. Dr. Martin Blazer thinks that it may be due to the changes in our microbiome, the ecosystem of tiny microbes living inside of us and on us. And so again, I find some criticism with some of the points he makes, but then you go to his lab website, and you'll find he's got numerous publications that do kind of give credence to it. I'll link that in the side chat. So yeah. Anyway, go on. Continue on.
So apparently, the only De Silva that is not a postgrad student is this Vanya De Silva over at the Department of Medicine for. And I'm really not getting any search results for him, which is kind of sad. Web search results, nada.
Well, what's the claim? What was that search for again? I'll scroll down to where you are. Okay.
Anyway, the claim that he's trying.
So just Google, or not Google, but type in the search box, I don't know, B12 or something, or some catchphrase, and you might find publications with it. So go to the research tab, and that's more likely where you would find it.
I don't think we have a search here for that, so...
We'll go to research sources. resources. Might
Search
be
for
in
sources.
there. Yeah. And it should take you to like different. So this would be. Oh, fuck, it's too customized. Chris. For the confirmation, search dictionary. Who's the person?
Vanya de Silva.
Yes, so then go to research faculty dictionary. You might find the name in there. Maybe.
Directory, yeah, there you go. Right there at the top.
Directory dictionary. Yeah, search by if you can get the discipline or name or no.
I've got a name.
Google the name with the University of Virginia. Is it Virginia? Yes, it is. Try that. Nope, your porn. We can see your porn.
Oops.
I'm telling you, man, that's like the biggest worry when you screen share. It's like, oh fuck. Have a close
Virgin. You said virgin.
And what we're talking about the heme groups and so forth.
That's actually, you have to scroll down for that.
Oh fuck.
That one's in. I don't even know what language it's going to be in. Is that going to be?
Sanskrit.
No, it's going to be either Portuguese or Spanish, but I'm not sure which.
Oh, let's hope for Portuguese.
Yes,
This
Les.
is in Portuguese.
Portuguese.
And it's in Brazil.
No.
No, it's Brazil.
That's
So
not gonna be right.
Portuguese.
It's in Brazil.
Was he talking about him? Can't say those.
It's not what you're looking for.
No, I don't.
What you're looking for.
Well, obviously it was wrong.
I don't know. I do kind of want to hear Catherine speak to me in Portuguese.
Okay. I see it.
He didn't see my message.
No, I actually think I lost the last one. I think I clicked on it by accident without reading it. I don't know what happened. Might want to resend it.
It says keep pouring out of your search screen. Yes, I do that. I do my level best. I don't even see this guy anywhere. And the search, University of Virginia doesn't even come up with anything.
Well, that seems ironic. That's a Virginia joke.
Well, yeah, I mean, so yeah, iron is used in the heme group and the hemoglobin, which has to do with the transport of oxygen.
Yeah.
So hemes.
So the meme. I should make a meme about the heme with blood. I don't know what I could think of. So saying B12 is an essential vitamin. It's like saying heme iron is B12, B13. It is an essential vitamin.
It's in Portugal.
What? What?
Portugal.
Apparently, this is the only one I know. This is the only one I can see in as far as research.
It's in Portugal. It's not in Virginia. Coimbra is in Portugal.
I don't know. This is the only person I can even see. So
yeah, but it says Universidade de Coimbra. It's a university in Portugal.
Yes, that much I know.
Yeah.
PRA Health Sciences is in Philadelphia, but I have no idea what this. He's essentially vanished. He or she has essentially vanished. And
Okay.
Vanya is
Who
a
among us
female
is
name.
surprised?
It's a female name.
I'm not
Seriously.
particularly surprised.
Who among us is surprised by the fact that we cannot research this person?
Oh, that
Not
was for paper
surprised.
3. He said paper 3 shows that liver disease creates B12 deficiency. This points to the fact that B12 is created in the liver.
It's created in the liver. Wow.
I don't even know what paper 3 is. We can't even pull it. Paper 1,
Hey, he says it exists. That's good enough for me.
oh yeah, okay, whatever. Paper 1, we can't get access to it, so we can't prove it either way. And it's experiments on rats, which are enough different from humans that the results may not be valid, although they are similar in a lot of ways.
You can grow an ear around some collagen on a rat. I think that's what we need to keep in mind. They are useful.
Let's see. Let's look at paper 4 and paper 2, since it did actually provide some sort of results. Oh, right, that's right. This is the thing about infants. It's not a paper; it's a bloody book, and it dates from the what looks like from the 1950s.
I just love it when they pull out this totally current shit.
Okay. And this is New Zealand Journal of Agricultural Research from 1959. So I'm pretty sure that we can dismiss number 2 and number 3. 4 is not accessible in any way, shape, or form. It's not, as far as we can tell, it doesn't even friggin' exist. And paper 1, which is the only valid piece of information, or the only valid citation that we seem to have here, is in the Journal of Nutrition, and we can't even get there from here.
I can only get a little piece of it, not the full text. I'm on ResearchGate. I tried to request the full thing from the author, but he doesn't have the full thing apparently. I don't know. Well, he's the person that's got this upload. So the abstract, in order to evaluate the net influence of microbial metabolism on vitamin
That's not what I asked for. I asked for... Holy crap.
Can I get a Holy Ghost from somebody, for crying out loud?
What?
No, it was Holy Crap, not Holy Ghost.
Hold on.
We were so close.
I linked you to the ResearchGate thing, and it seems pretty fucking dated.
And that, again, is a shock to everyone.
I'm just trying to get the date. Hold on. It's inside there. Download from Nutrition Journal. Guest on 2011. That's not the date I want. That's the publication date.
The date here, it's here. PubMed has it. Journal of Nutrition Impact Factor 3.88, published February of 1972.
Wow.
Well, that is the most current they have.
Thus far, yes. The paper 3, the one we can't find, was from 2009 apparently.
So that's the last reference.
That's the last reference, and it's the least important on his list.
What was the claim again here? That Right now, I'm studying for my informal PhD in nutritional chemistry. I think anyone would have a hard time saying I haven't mastered science in general. Yeah,
Yeah, no.
okay.
I have a hard time thinking that he's actually like valid in any way. Um,
I just want to know
authors.
what the fuck is he talking about with his PhD?
I don't know that he's talking about anything.
It's an informal PhD. Come
Well, hold
on,
on.
Ari.
There's something even worse. Like, I'm talking with this one bloke who thinks marijuana isn't a drug. And then he goes, it's a herb. Just like turmeric, milk, thistle, I don't know, food, it's thistle? I don't know. Dandelion and so forth. Are they drugs too? Like, are you fucking retarded?
Yes, because the form they take is what establishes whether or not they are a drug.
Because, oh, yeah, here, I'll fucking screen share this motherfucker. Like, just check this monkey out. I don't know if you could see me. But, so these people...
Now he's using the same glasses that the guy of CSI Miami uses.
Wow, guys.
Does he tilt his head to the side as well when he's talking?
I wonder.
The guy's like, I like one of those people if you put like a cookie on their shoulder and he's trying to eat it and he starts spinning around.
So anyway, this guy here is absolutely 130% on the cutting edge of major scientific research, with the newest, with the source that looks like it might be the most recent, being either from 1909 or 2009, and I can't tell which. Past that, his most recent is 1972, and I think in the last 44 years.
Aren't you more recent than that?
Yeah, by about 7 months. all three of his other papers come from periods of time where I wasn't yet breathing. And some of them before the oldest of us started breathing. Okay.
And these papers are so monumental that all of us know them just by casual conversation with people in reference to these that have held up since 1972 and 1958.
1959. I don't understand.
These are all famous. Who wrote these again?
A variety of people. They were science at the time, but most of it's been just kind of pushed off over the side and into the bin by now. But no, please, he lists them as paper 1, paper 4, paper 2, paper 3, like he doesn't know how to count.
Well, hold on. Just see what the cunt is selling as well. Like, I clicked on the tab of health remedies. Water of the rock. Complete ionic trace mineral supplement for sale.
Yep.
Cat pee. What the? Oh wait, hold on. Oh, is that to get rid of the smell of cat piss?
Yes, it's to get rid of the smell of cat piss.
My cat is neutered.
Yeah, and we have established that Catherine's cats smell wonderful.
Selenium ionic liquid stock solution makes 50 bottles.
But because it was
30,000.
Because it was under health remedies, I thought they was selling cat piss to cure something just by reading
That's how he purifies. That's how he purifies the diatomaceous earth that he uses in the capsules.
Cat pee vaporizer spray. Get rid of ammonia smell for good. And Funnily enough, he sells an ounce of concentrate, which makes a quart.
This is fucked up.
Poor kids.
30,000.
Okay, Cat B vapor. Now look at this. Look at this, guys. Check this out. Cat B vaporizer,
30,000 doses.
1 ounce concentrate makes 32 ounces. 32 ounces, for those of you who don't know, is a quart. Or about half, or about a liter. Okay?
Ish.
About a liter. Okay, on special, 1 ounce concentrate makes 1 gallon, or 3.8 liters. One bottle, $15. So 1 ounce of this concentrate is different from 1 ounce of the other concentrate. How? It's
By a
nitric
fact-
acid,
By a factor of
3.8. Actually, it's 4 to 1.
yeah.
It's
That's
apparently
good
more.
enough.
It's apparently more concentrated.
It's good enough for who it's for.
Nitric acid in 10% concentration.
Yeah.
And he makes it with 400 grams.
Wait. He's suggesting to add sulfuric acid.
Yes, very slowly add 200 milliliters of concentrated sulfuric acid, which he won't sell you.
'Cause duh.
Yeah.
400 grams of potassium nitrate. That would make your that would make your house smell worse than the friggin' cat urine.
I'm pretty sure those are two things you can use to make things that you should not be able to make.
Well, potassium nitrate and sulfur are two of the elements that you would need to make something that goes boom really good.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh my god, this guy is so fucking dangerous. Does it? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so sociopathic when I laugh at the fact that this guy is dangerous, but holy shit.
It's called Schadenfreude, and it works really well.
Yeah, I sincerely apologize to humanity for the fact that I can laugh at this fucking psychotic piece of shit.
Actually, we should apologize to the rest of the world for the fact that he exists at all.
Yeah. Well, by that standard, Australia owes the world some dead fuckers.
Ken Ham.
Shut up.
Ray Comfort.
Shut the fuck up.
That whole English.
Well, then again, Kazakhstan owes us for Bill Shatner, so.
The United States has got to stop being the repository for the nuttiest motherfuckers on the planet.
And well, Canada's also got someone.
Ian
They
Juby.
do, but
Yeah, Justin Bieber. Fucking cunt.
Ian Juby.
Who?
yeah.
Ian Juby, creationist extraordinaire, goes by the rather urinary-sounding title Wazulu on YouTube.
Jesus Christ.
And yes, we're gonna get to him too, because
Clever alliteration with the whole urinary thing.
Wazulu.
He goes against with the microbes here again in the hair stuff. He has a micro. Is he germophobic? Something like this.
You gotta do something. Oh, check this out. Apparently, hops is good against diabetes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So long as you don't drink it in beer.
That's fucked up.
1 ounce of hop extract. $15. I summarized my entire Nature Hacker oil order for an additional $5.
Is there a way we can see like public records of his sales?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't post that.
Wait.
Unless,
I feel this extract is indispensable to help treat every issue we now face in society.
Yeah. That's
Every issue. Racism, we got a cure for that.
Yep. Two drops of hop oil, and you're all set.
Racism is gone. Have some hop oil.
Yep. I don't get this. I like at all.
it's like you can't even go to the science of it. It's just fucked. Like,
Hey,
where do you begin?
Here's a claim that I will support in no way whatsoever, and I expect you to buy it.
Yeah.
And we're going to.
It's-
Wait, what?
Yeah. Have some.
Here, check this out. Soluble salicylic acid, silicate liquid concentrated. 1 ounce.
What? Fucking, how much is it on that for?
And,
What the
$8.57 an ounce.
What a cunt.
Bioavailable silica. Silica is the silica is silicone. You're talking about ground
Yeah.
bioavailable rock.
Is that even a nutrient, silica?
No.
No. It's a fucking,
No.
For hair, skin, nails, connective tissue, teeth, and bones.
Right. Right. So, and the fact that it exists in a pure form and he's selling it, what the fuck? How is this not dangerous? How is this not
I am
just...
here to prove otherwise.
Well, it's well, we know there's people like this. I mean, I got fucking Shiva, some fucking Indian chick, something Shiva, and she's anti-GMO vaccine, fucking all batshit crazy Indian, no credentials whatsoever yet, and she's going to the Brisbane Powerhouse in like a few days. Gonna be selling her shit, and talking to a few hundred people in this auditorium, and I just hope she has an accident. Like, do you understand me? But it's like, fuck, you are stealing these people, you're stealing their money and giving out bullshit advice, much like this bloke. Maybe not as bad, but still, it's bollocks. I hope you have a car accident, because you're stealing these people, you're stealing their money, and these people should be fucking banned. Fuck. And this bitch is gonna be right near me. God.
Here's the fun part.
Your country has far better laws in place to establish the fact that these people shouldn't be allowed to peddle this shit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they can breathe.
And we have a supplement industry and an FDA that is the same size that it was 50 years ago.
I've got to fucking show you this video though. You know, Dr. Tenpenny, the anti-vaxxing bitch. Penny.
Well, this guy here has some statements about vaccines too, in that they don't, in that they're a problem just like everything else that need to be removed from the body.
Yeah, but
introducing viruses would obviously be bad, based on what he has said previously, that viruses cause gene mutation.
Yeah. Well, here you go. Here is his recipe for this stuff here. It's a whole new process.
You are gonna need some dirt.
Fuck me.
Oh, that again!
If you can allow me to screen share.
Absolutely. Give me just a second. I'll just go ahead and flip this over here. They should be the stream should be seeing you any second now. Let me look. You're the right one.
So I need you cunts to shut up for a second.
Love you.
So
love your work.
So shut the fuck up and
They're not gonna hear the audio, by the way.
I'm playing it through my. So shut the fuck up.
Well, a speaking tour of Australia by a controversial anti-vaccination campaigner is in chaos after every single venue refused to host her seminars. Sherry Tenpenny is the campaigner at the centre of this controversy, and she joins us now from Cleveland, Ohio. Good morning to you, Sherry.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm well. Are you still planning to come to Australia?
Well, it still remains to be seen. Many of the events have canceled. I know that we're still trying to find locations, but it's become quite difficult with the extremists there, making it very challenging to be able to schedule another event. Of course, I wasn't the one who set these up. It's been an organizer in Australia, and I was coming as an invited guest to speak, and so it still remains to be seen whether I'll be coming.
Why do you think these venues don't fit here?
Well, it's been rumored that there have been bomb threats and death threats, and that they've been told that they should not have anyone that's there that's speaking out against the mainstream medical conventional area. I'm not really speaking against anything. I'm just pro-information and think that people should have a fully informed they should be fully informed about their decision about vaccinating their children.
Organisers have said that your tour was cancelled due to bullying, amongst other things, as you mentioned there. Is it not just a case of venues not wanting to associate themselves with your views, which aren't backed by any science?
Well, I would beg to differ with you about saying that they aren't backed by any science.
Good question.
Articles accumulated from conventional medical literature that shows there are problems with vaccines. We know that the National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program here in the U.S. have paid out over $2.4 billion in vaccine injuries. So to say that there's nothing to back the science up is inaccurate.
Your book, Saying No to Vaccines, I guess really sums up your view. You say that people need to hear both sides of the argument in relation to vaccines. But I wanted to ask you about one of the most recent studies. It was a major study conducted by the University of Sydney, and it analysed 1.2 million children. Now, this found no link between vaccines and autism. Have you included these findings in your research?
I have included findings about the connection between vaccines and autism. Vaccines are known by the package inserts to cause encephalopathy. They can cause brain injury and a very long list of neurological disorders. Autism is only one of them, and that there have been adjudicated cases here in the U.S. for which parents have received compensation for their child being vaccine injured and it inducing autism. So the larger the number of the 1.2 million, it makes the smaller denominator of the number of children who are actually injured seem inconsequential when in fact they are not.
Have you read that study?
I have not.
Good point.
Yeah.
There are
Why bother?
She hasn't read the study about 1.2.
Yeah, because not a single one of them was paid for autism. Not a single one of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Like she totally went around the question posited to her, and actually have that paper that the reporter was referring to. Fuck, she's hot. I don't think she does it anymore though. But so I have that paper as well, and that vaccine injury compensation program. It actually even says, and I can pull it up as well. For every 1 million doses, about only one person gets compensated. That is so statistically insignificant.
And that's because they're almost none of the ones that have been compensated had anything to do with MMR, and the ones that did were for things like encephalopathy rather than autism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a single one has been related to autism.
But
there's a reason for that.
But as stated, as any medical professional will tell you, if you're injecting something in the body, the chances of there being no risk whatsoever is zero. Okay, there's always some level of risk when you start mucking about, but the amount of risk involved is nowhere near what the anti-vaxxers are suggesting that it is. 1 in 80 something, and somehow or another that just started going. The numbers it used to be back in the 60s. It was 1 in a few 100,000, or even if it were just 1 in 10,000. And when they put out the DSM-4TR, they expanded the definition of autism to include a number of other things.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, autism diagnosis rate just went.
Yeah, exactly. That was the cause of it going up.
Of the
And so-
increase.
Yeah.
All right.
And so
Give me
this
just
is
a moment
the
here.
yeah.
Go ahead. Keep talking. I'll
So
be
this
listening.
is the data she's referring to, and where is it? What did you say, motherfucker? No, is it in here? Yeah. So for every 1 million doses, one person is compensated, and if you look at where is it?
So
Who's got the kid?
Nap time is over.
yep, nap time is over for little boy. He's kind of having an issue. That's okay. We'll get him sorted out in a sec.
Yeah, it's just batty. So that's what she's
It's
referring
birth control.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Birth control way. And then, as that study that hot report was referring to, where'd you go? That's not how you spell autism.
AUTISM.
No, I said that's not how you spell it because I fucked up.
Oh.
There we are.
Yeah, no, that is how you spell it.
I spelled it.
Yeah, no, we get it. You're just covering your ass.
Yeah, so this is the paper she was fucking referring to, and
You got stuff back.
yeah, university, and then yeah, it pretty much just demolished all notions, and there's been even more since. It's so back in 2014, I think. Yeah, 2014. But yeah, this absolutely fucked over that notion. That's what she was referring to. And he's like, no, I haven't heard of this study. I get dozens of papers a day. No, fuck off, bitch. You haven't read one. So I wish that Shiva, this bitch Shiva, red dot. I don't know. I wish she was denied access because. Fuck.
Chemistry and physics. Here is an open source invention I have over here. Non-patent powered vehicle using 2+ wheels. And of course he took the I don't care what you do with this as long as you give me credit thing out. Because he used to have that on he used to have that at the top of all of his shit, and now we turn back, and that was that was just a few days ago, and now it's gone. He's tried to patent
That was yesterday.
He was trying to patent. He's trying to patent all wheeled vehicles.
Well, what a fail. Well, did you say he tried to patent all wheeled vehicles? What a norm. What the fuck?
Is that all-wheel drive or all-wheeled vehicles?
Including body embodiments where the wheels are rudders, float skis, etc. for non-land applications. This includes embodiments either do or do not have suspension system, springs, or brakes. This includes embodiments where extra wheels are used for stabilization or moderating the vehicle's lean. You know.
So training wheels.
Yeah. Okay.
He does credit beg a lot. Like I said, I remain unconvinced that he is not a schizophrenic. His narcissistic, sociopathic tendencies, along with his absolute gibberish, leave me inclined to believe that it might be true that this man is schizophrenic.
Here's the NatureHacker PC, which she's trying to get, or she's trying to sell at $600. It's a 2 gigahertz quad-core processor, 8 gigs of RAM, a 60 gigabyte SSD, via multimedia graphics and internal Wi-Fi. And it has Linux on board.
Eternal.
The how much?
$600.
That's not worth 600. Fuck off.
No, it's not worth
like,
your 600.
It's like worth like not even 100. So it's like
Wait,
You
did,
can you
did you not say eternal?
You could
Eternal Wi-Fi?
internal Wi-Fi.
Oh,
Right here.
internal. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
she probably thinks like a GTX 400 is like top of the line. I don't even think it started at 400.
Oh, cosmic supercoil antennas.
Wow. What? Cosmic what?
Cosmic supercoil antennas.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, that is an excellent question.
Looks like a snail.
1,400 feet of magnetic wire. That is copper. Copper, by its nature, is not magnetic.
Hashtag done.
Yeah, well, we'll be needing to spin that around something that isn't copper in order to achieve magnetism.
Right, an iron rod or something not dissimilar.
Like, that's why they use copper in wiring and so forth, because it won't interfere with the electricity. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well.
Not too sure of the physics and chemistry behind that.
Well,
but
yeah, it becomes a Faraday cage, just a little one.
Yeah. 4 levels of supercoiling were done to make this the most inductive broadcast receiving antenna ever. Will work best in the 10 gigahertz range or higher. No, it won't.
I'm curious what actually broadcasts at that range.
Actually, well, the only things that really broadcast at that range are wireless and cell phones and satellite communications.
Which you can pick up with any random antenna and any decoding or otherwise interpretive device to translate it into something you could understand.
Pretty much, yeah. So this thing is $100. For 1,400 feet of what looks to be copper wire.
What?
Plastic wrapped copper wire.
Okay, isn't a coiled phone line at least as functional, if not better?
Actually, probably work better. Because it actually has uses.
Right. At some point you can actually devise a use for that. This, on the other hand, not so much. Tiny little extension cord if you work on it.
Well, 1,400 feet of copper wire isn't that expensive. I also know that they don't say anything about what the copper's made of or what the weight is, anything. But 1,400 feet of wire, 1,400 feet of very thin wire, which is what it looks like he used, or what his supplier used, would probably run you on the neighborhood of, I don't know, $10.
I don't know. I don't have a good idea. I just know that what he's proposing is absolutely stupid. The challenge to the dumbest thing I will see this week.
No, that is not the dumbest thing you will see this week. I'm pretty sure we'll have some more in the back channel.
I'm fairly certain you're true. You're true?
I'm right.
That's the word I was looking for.
I guarantee I will find something stupider in the next 7 days. I can very nearly guarantee it.
I grant you that.
Because you said the same thing last week, and I found this.
Well, I don't think we can discount Catherine's contribution to the "oh my God."
Yeah.
Yeah, I will have to take Holy Ghost for next.
That's my girl.
Yes.
Where to come?
Jesus Christ, twice. Oh my God, twice. Holy Mary once.
way to come through where your football team couldn't. It's a national disgrace. You know that, right?
I got religious.
Oh, so anyway, yeah, his forums are littered with the same sort of crap. It's hilarious. And
there's a shock.
All of it from last year. No, there's no from this year.
That's what you get for your $10. Is this current update?
I don't even know if you have to be a subscriber to get on to register for the forum. Ooh, can I edit the page? Can I please? Can I?
That would be beautiful. To question him live.
Right. I don't have to. I could kill his entire forum in one click.
Good call, Nature.
That's just... No, I'm not going to do that because...
I love the fact that you are just a little too above that.
And I'm going to feel guilty about it for the rest of the day, but I'm not going to do that.
I'm pretty sure that Catherine knows that I would not have hesitated to do that.
Okay. Yeah, we actually do need to wrap this up, folks. We're way over time now.
Yeah. Way over time.
We're way over time.
Catherine, it's been a pleasure. Love to hear your voice.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to move this one back an hour for next week. So we'll be meeting...
Jesus Christ, what time do you want to meet up?
I think it was...
I think you owe us a God before you can bring out another Jesus Christ.
All right. Okay. Okay. You know what? We're just going to need to be very careful about restricting ourselves to 2 hours, and then well, you know what? We'll discuss this in the back channel later.
Right.
That would probably be a lot easier to do. All right. So this has been Shattering Pseudoscience.
I hope it made you laugh.
Shattering the Pseudoscience of Ye Olde Nature Hacker.
Okay, I am a
Nature Hacker's Tour of the Human Body. Go ahead, Catherine. I'm sorry.
I said that I am an atheist.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure everybody in this room is.
Catherine is also lovely.
Yes. Catherine is the lovely atheist. We have MMA Artist 141, and of course Artemis Brain Sample, and I am the annoying atheist.
We had Reds. Don't forget Reds.
And we cannot, of course, forget Red's Rhetoric, who dropped in to give us a hand with Nature Hacker's attempt at a science lesson. He's probably going to catch a. I'm probably gonna catch hell later tonight for that, but you know what? It's all good. I'm down with that.
It's a good pain.
Well, he's gonna. I'd be willing to bet that when he gets back, he's gonna do one of his not live hangouts, where he spends for a couple of hours, where he spends most of that time bitching about what I made him read. So. Anyway,
I blame Catherine because she's a chick.
No, it's my fault. I'm the one that suggested. I'm the one that invited Fred. And therefore it is entirely my fault. And Catherine had nothing to do with that, except that she turned up for the stream. So, all right. So thank you, everybody.
Patriarchy.
Patriarchy. And thank you everyone who watched and will watch on the Annoying Atheist YouTube channel over the next couple of whiles. And we will see you for another edition for another stream of this type. Same bat time, same bat channel, unless otherwise noted. Might be an hour earlier. We'll see what happens. All right. You guys have a nice day. And
You too.
Guys
Love your show.
Yep.
Bye.
All right. Farewell.
Baba Booey.